not going yet. Now it's going.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the McDonCast.
No clap this time.
That's right.
Because this time it should work properly.
The #1 podcast in town. The funnest podcast.
And you will notice nothing different about this episode as opposed to the last like 3 or 4. Everything is the same. No one has returned who is gone.
Yep. Greeting. Patrick is back.
Someone has not returned from anywhere. No one was gone. There was no Discord episodes for the last like 5. Don't worry about those. That didn't happen. That wasn't real.
There were no episodes we recorded that were 3.5
We didn't lose
long.
an entire episode from last week either. That also didn't happen.
We've kept up with this surprisingly well. Give me the little ball.
Okay. Anyways,
Patrick's back to his
welcome to
usual-
this episode of the McDonCast. Let's do a quick breeze through, give you guys a little teaser. We got some Superpets. We got some Miyazaki stuff. We got Disney Plus stuff, and probably more stuff since we weren't able to cover last
We're
week's
not
because
going back.
we deleted everything. We will talk about Spider-Man though. We got game. We got one
Mass
single
Effect.
game. 2 games, I guess. We got Power Rangers. We got a lot of things. Let's go. First up,
Let's get started with
Gaming
time.
God.
which is still not the name for it. It's been gaming news since the beginning of the show, and you just haven't changed it.
Everybody loves some gaming time.
Okay,
Not what they-
that's not what anyone
Patrick
is.
loves gaming time.
It's Patrick's favorite segment. He knows all the games.
All 2 of them.
Alt 2, Pokemon and Minecraft.
All right, so to start off, Warner Brothers officially announced a game that had been leaked a few
Leaked
ago.
literally the entire. Did they announce anything that we didn't already know from the leaks?
I mean, we got like actual footage.
Oh, yeah, other than some character
So
footage.
this is MultiVersus. This is Warner Brothers Smash Bros. Ripoff.
It's
It's gonna be
it's
free to
Smash
play.
Bros.
It's free to play. It's 2D platform fighter.
Yep.
Let me see. Here they had the cast of characters. So
I saw this and I wondered how it was legal.
Have you not seen this Nickelodeon version?
There's a Nickelodeon.
Have you not seen PlayStation All Stars?
Doesn't Warner Bros. Also own
There's
Nickelodeon?
4 different Smash knockoffs now.
big knockoffs.
Well, no, there's 3 big
There's
ones.
also like Brawlhalla.
Are those all
Yeah.
the characters? Or
This is what
2 have not been confirmed.
This is what's going to be in a launch other than these,
That's
and they're
not-
going to add more
not very
over
many.
time.
No, there it's not.
So it's Shaggy, of course, from Scooby Doo, who can actually go Super Saiyan.
That makes sense to me.
There's this elf deer magic thing that's an original character. Okay, no one will play it.
Why
Yes.
do they have Shaggy but not all the other characters?
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about
It has
that.
Steven Universe and Garnet from Steven Universe.
Guess the other gems couldn't make
Harley
it.
Quinn, what's her face from Game of Thrones? Arya Stark.
Arya Stark. She was the one who was 18 by the last season, and so that they waited until then to do that. Anyways, continue.
We got Finn from Adventure Time, Jake from Adventure Time, and then from DC we have Batman, Superman. We also have Bugs Bunny and
Surprisingly, no Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
yeah, and I was expecting at least a
Maybe
Knuckles
he's
cameo.
one of the mystery boys.
Yeah, he'll definitely be one of the mystery boys. And Knuckles. Knuckles as well.
I think one of them is definitely going to be.
Yeah, they can't. Why would they add Shaggy and not Scooby Doo?
Scooby-Doo.
And they have Tom and Jerry, so clearly they don't have an aversion to animal characters.
And we got,
My question is, why did they use the Batman from Beware the Bat?
I mean, that's just kind of a generic Batman.
But why does it look like the Beware the Bat one?
I
It's
think it
Kevin
looks
Conroy
good.
doing the voice. They said they have like the most iconic versions doing the voice. So
Well, who's Superman?
it's Kevin Conroy Batman. Shaggy is Matthew Lillard. They of course got Steven Universe and Garnet.
Yeah, because they haven't done anything
And
since
I think
then.
they got probably Tara Strong to do Harley Quinn.
They need.
They got Jake and Finn. Their voice actors came back.
Not hard
they
to
need
beat, yeah.
Mark Hamill.
I don't know.
Joker.
Oh,
Joker's
Joker
gonna
will be one of them. Yeah.
That's. I mean, it's 4 DC characters. Why did they do Harley Quinn before they announced?
Why didn't they just do a DC Smash Bros. Game if that's what they wanted to do?
Injustice already exists.
But Injustice is a terrible game, and also Injustice is a knockoff
You can have
of.
2 different genres of DC fighting games.
Yeah, you can. They have the Mortal Kombat knockoff and their Smash Bros. knockoff.
It's too.
This is. Oh,
So
why is it
obviously
running
it's-
at such a low
it's
frame
free to
rate?
play, so it's obviously it's gonna be terrible. But,
It's
like,
free to play?
Oh,
Oh, gross.
well, it's free to play,
Oh
no.
no.
Is it pay to win? Free to
but
play?
you'll have to buy.
That's not good.
AKA, you'll start off the game.
That's
You'll
bad.
be able to play as Batman and Shaggy, and everyone else you'll.
So it's like Brawlhalla?
And you'll
That's
get one
gross.
free stage.
That's
probably.
disgusting.
Yeah, they're talking about mode.
That's
So-
gross.
Will anyone play this?
Team battle.
I can already see Harley Quinn as a broken forward air as well. That you can just infinitely combo.
You got.
That's a
and-
stupid move. That's weird. Why does he do that? That's really creepy.
Got the anime.
Kind of awful. Yeah, kind of very jank. Oh, what? Oh, this is just painful to watch.
How was Superman not just gonna be painful?
In what world can Superman and Steven Universe fight without Superman
In what
just
world can
killing him?
Superman and Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
No, okay, but Shaggy can be like, oh, he can do the meme and he's like OP or whatever. But like
Yeah.
Arya Stark,
Just has a sword.
Batman could just like flick her head off.
It's not looking cool. Oh, there's Shaggy. Going all super.
And they're gonna. I bet in the if you played this with sound, they're gonna act like.
Oh, not
this is
Super Saiyan Tucker Ultra Instinct.
Oh,
This is
sorry.
an original idea.
Oh, and he throws a sandwich.
Yeah,
That's his up
They
B.
talk about like how cool
That's his
it is
neutral
and how
B.
original it is.
Oh, there's a
Yeah,
Zod
and they have
skin.
alts. Skill tree.
There's a skill tree? Is that Bizarro? Oh, I think that's
it's supposed to be
Bizarro.
like Black
Oh.
Tom and Jerry.
Oh no.
Shaggy.
Oh, this is bad. Nothing about this looks good. This
No.
looks sad and
You
bad
could
and gross.
do Superman versus
So
Batman.
there's multiverses.
All right.
22.
Well, that's okay. Oh, okay. Anyway, next
Okay.
Fortnite
The
news.
thing that the only part about this site like that Tom is holding Jerry as his weapon,
And he's smiling about it.
Shaggy is
Yeah.
that's the fun. That's the.
Yeah, this whole thing makes me sad.
I'm sure it'll bomb really hard.
I hope it bombs really hard. I hope they learn never to try this
Because the
again.
Nickelodeon game had like some like hype interest
Well,
because it was funny.
And it's like it's a
SpongeBob
well
was,
enough
like-
put together game that like you can actually play it and have fun. This looks like a nightmare to play. This looks like a jank fest.
Yeah, the controls are gonna be so buggy.
Yeah. Skip. Anyway, next.
Alright, moving on. Fortnite content.
Keanu Reeves is going to be in
based on the
Fortnite
Matrix.
again.
It's a different guy.
But a different Keanu Reeves this time.
Which one's in there now?
John Wick.
John Wick.
What's the new one?
Oh, well, it'll be basically John Wick again, but with glasses.
Well, that's every Keanu.
They're adding Matrix themed content to the game, obviously.
So they will add the girl, Neo, and Morpheus. And
Obviously, Resurrections is coming. Go see a movie. Then without.
yep, that's the Fortnite business model.
EA.
Oh, we didn't talk about Naruto in Fortnite. We skipped that from last week.
no.
Naruto's in Fortnite too. Anyway.
EA
Weekly
rejected.
Fortnite news.
Yep.
Still a segment.
Because they keep doing it.
EA rejected a proposal from DICE to make Star Wars Battlefront 3, which means that it's not happening.
Or someone else will make it,
Or they'll get a different.
which is
Probably not.
probably what will happen because Star Wars Battlefront 2 still makes money.
But also, DICE is they're developing.
So they'll just give it to like Blizzard or something.
Think
Well,
they'll
no,
give it
no
to,
one's
like-
going to give anything to
Think they'll
Blizzard
give
now.
it to like Respawn.
Did you see what's going on with Blizzard and Activision?
Mhm.
No, I haven't.
Did you see Microsoft said that they're cutting ties with Activision?
What happened?
So you know all the horrible sex abuse stuff that have been going on in Activision Blizzard?
No.
We talked about this a few weeks ago.
Well, I believe.
Apparently the CEO knew the whole time and covered it up for years and then also threatened to kill someone if she ever leaked it.
Very cool.
A very cool dude. And so, again, this is all alleged, sort of. And
alleged confirmed.
alleged, mostly confirmed,
Okay.
kind of. I'm saying alleged because I don't want to get sued.
Microphone.
Okay.
So, yeah, Xbox was like, yeah, no, fix it or we're leaving.
Well, and I'm guessing they didn't fix it.
Well, not yet. This just happened like a few days ago.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's fun.
So who's gonna make the games now?
Well, no, Activision Blizzard they haven't lost any games. It's just if they get dropped by Microsoft, it means that they're not putting any Microsoft games on, or not. They're not putting any Activision games on Xbox. Which you probably think,
kind of
well,
a
that's
big
not too
deal.
big of a deal. But then you remember, Call of Duty is made by Activision, so then it becomes an issue.
Anyway, Sam,
the big one.
do you want to start with?
If it is not at all related to the last two, sure.
Why don't they try like a new Star Wars game? Like
They are.
Like
They have like we talked about it on the last
like Fallen
episode.
Order, that was a really good
Fallen
one.
Order.
That was a good one. They're still maybe working on a sequel to that, probably.
We talked about it on the Lost episode last week.
Yeah, didn't.
There's like 6 games.
Yeah, they have a bunch of Star Wars games in development.
The law.
Yeah, that'll forever be the lost episode.
Donate to our Patreon to get that episode.
Donate me bits on Twitch. All right, go.
Sam, do you love EA?
No, but you know they exist.
We all love EA.
Everyone
EA,
loves
please
EA.
Send us a check.
Famously the worst company until Activision Blizzard had all their stuff happen.
Yeah. I wonder who's worst company in America right now. Let's look it up.
Is it still Spirit Airlines?
Probably.
What makes something the worst company?
The internal aspect of the company as well
Oh
as
my
the customer
God,
experience.
yeah.
How have you
Yeah.
done this
It's
twice?
fine. Nothing's.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
drop.
Ahsoka's got some mud on her foot now.
Hang on. 20 most hated.
She'll air dry.
She'll air dry.
This is 2018.
Okay, anyway, let's move on.
No. Wait, we gotta find out. Gotta know. Number 20 was the Weinstein.
How is that 21? That should be way higher.
Number 1.
You're all the way
Oh my
back.
God,
at the
why-
back.
How are you so bad at using Google?
He can't scroll because he's dumb.
Patrick, why didn't you look this up on your iPad Pro?
Hard to type.
Equifax.
Equifax is number 1?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, because they lost the social security numbers, birthdays, driver's license, and personal data of 145 million Americans.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll get you. That'll
What's
get you.
number 2?
Number 2 is Fox.
Entertainment group.
Because of Fox.
They don't like Fox.
Yeah,
NFL is number 3.
Well, we love
that was because of the whole. That was 'cause of the Colin Kaepernick
Phoenix
stuff.
is number 4.
Oh, why is that?
I
I don't know.
Isn't that that's the online one, right?
Known for a profit college in the country in recent years, the school parent company of Apollo Education Group, as well as a number of other for-profit colleges and subject to state and federal investigation. The company used very aggressive and deceptive recruiting, advertising, and financial.
Yeah, because they always marketed themselves as the cheap option that you can do online.
Yeah.
I guess they're the expensive option that you can do online.
Number 5. They went up 5 spots. Good for you.
Good for them.
They're on the list though.
They're above the Weinstein Company.
I mean, that's that's pretty
above
bad.
Fox.
That's pretty
Foxconn is
bad.
number 6. Sprint number 7.
Sprint's number
Vice
7.
Media,
Vice.
Spirit
Spirit's number
Airlines.
9.
Cigna, Insurance.
Oh, did
They are
Patrick?
really
Did you
bad.
see those? You saw how Vice was purchased by a Chinese media conglomerate, right?
No.
Okay, well, Vice was purchased by a Chinese media conglomerate. The day after that, they published 2 different articles explaining how China's social credit system might not be such a bad idea.
Wow.
It's a real thing that happened. We live in a society.
Not that we would ever say you're doing anything bad, Chinese government.
No, China's
We love
great.
you.
We really need to crack open the Chinese market.
Yeah, we really need to.
We'd be big there.
Hey, China, if you want a podcast, hit us up.
Hey, we have been voted the funnest podcast in town.
Wow, yeah.
That's at least by one person.
That's it.
One guy from Whataburger said
gonna
he
put that
said
in
we
the
were
channel
cool one
banner.
time.
Oh yeah, that in the channel better. It'll be like
The
a
funnest
It'll be a full
podcast.
code. 5 stars. The funnest podcast.
Who said it?
And I'll-
Who
and I'll
knows?
put Patrick Grimes, host of the McDonCast.
You'll put who said it on there. Okay, anyway.
TV time.
Oh, that was quick.
TV time. There was 3 games.
Thank goodness. I hate games.
Yeah, it was kind of a slow news week
For gaming.
Well, in general, because of Thanksgiving. It's Thanksgiving week in the United
Well, the
States.
Game Award. Oh,
So-
we should probably go over the Game Awards again.
No.
Yeah, we could.
No, it's
We'll see how much
irrelevant.
time we have.
It's
We-
irrelevant.
Yeah,
should
we'll do
speed-
that at the end,
We should
maybe.
speed through a lot of this stuff. All right, first up.
In
Bel
West
Air
Philadelphia,
reboot
born and
teaser.
raised, there's another guy who's not Will Smith.
So I know what you're thinking. Remember Fresh Prince of Bel Air?
You remember that iconic show that could not be recreated
Yeah.
because of how iconic it was?
Well, guess what? It's being
Is that
recreated.
the new Will Smith?
Will Smith's
That's-
replacement.
That's Will Smith 2 right there.
That's right. Younger.
His
cooler.
his name is Will Smith 2. That's his real name.
So this is gonna be exclusive.
Oh,
to
it's a peacock original. Oh, it's dead in the water. Oh, that's the trailer. It's a metaphor for how it's dead in the water.
There's teasers very vague. They're alluding to the show being darker, more realistic.
Are they?
Yes.
No.
Is that what this
They've
is?
been saying that in like.
Why would... Okay, yeah, because when you think Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, you're like, man, that show isn't nearly dark enough and grounded enough.
Yeah. I needed. That's what Peacock needs to get a hit.
I need a dark and gritty reboot of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
That classic.
A
comedy
show about a
series.
dude who just wanted to hang out with his bros.
This is a serious tale of a dude who just wanted to hang out with his bros. Very different.
Why?
That classic '90s.
Oh
sitcom.
no, Tucker, it's Riverdale, but with like high tops.
Oh no.
And Will Smith too.
Maybe
Because
Will Smith's the dad.
Because I was watching.
Yeah, is Will
Fresh
Smith
Prince
gonna
of
be the
Bel-Air.
dad?
No, he's not even.
At all?
He's executive producing,
That's-
aka he put his name on it and then left.
That's bad. Why? Why is this such a disappointing week?
You know, I was watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Last week was so hype. I wish that episode could have been this week's episode.
Patrick had to evacuate his building.
I did.
He had the flu.
Such a great and iconic episode that we
he
lost.
his leg.
He got it back though.
Yeah, he got
That wasn't on camera though. That was off screen.
He glued it back on. Elmer's glue has a lot.
Elmer's glue is crazy. You guys wouldn't believe it.
A little bit of glue sticks a lot.
Shout out Elmer's glue.
Donate to our Patreon to see the honest.
With its
Now we need to set up.
unusable audio.
Now we need to set up the.
So the
Patreon.
video exists.
No, the video exists. It's just the audio was so you
guys
couldn't
will have
hear
to
it.
read, but it will be fine.
I'll mute it and add subtitles.
We'll have to add
Maybe
subtitles.
I'm not gonna do that.
Like,
Yo,
we'll
Sam-
transcribe the entire episode from memory.
Sam will subtitle it.
I won't do any of that.
All right, let's move on.
Rick and Morty reference. Okay.
Netflix.
That looks really cute.
No, that's the promotional art from the movie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Power Rangers. You shared.
Is this a follow up to the?
Power Rangers content is coming officially to Netflix. It's going to be TV shows and movies. It's all going to be interconnected with the already existing Power Rangers.
Which
franchise.
already exists in a multiverse that they have
Yes.
traveled through multiple
But
times.
they're going to do it more on Netflix, which is the new home of Power Rangers.
Since when?
They bought the television.
That was a bad idea.
I used to think Power Rangers was the coolest thing. I had all the actors.
And then you turned 11.
Then I turned 17.
Never mind.
A year ago, I decided Power Rangers.
It wasn't cool anymore.
Not as cool as I thought. No,
the movie they made actually wasn't
I
terrible.
know, but have you gone back to I don't know what version of the show was running when I was like younger, but that show was so cool. But
There's the main one, the samurai one, the ninja one, the
oh my
dinosaur
gosh, Sam, you
one,
can't even list them all.
the power one.
List of Power Rangers episodes. All right.
No, not episodes,
No, 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 no.
continuities.
Here's the seasons. 29 seasons.
what's the one that was on in like
2000?
he was the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger.
Hang on. When did you watch it? Maybe like an hour.
It was the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger.
No, Patrick, they're all the Mighty Morphin Power
Okay,
Rangers.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was
Shoot.
from the 19.
No. Maybe it was.
Was it Super Mega Force? Mega Force.
It was probably the dinosaur one,
There
right?
Was that
Dino Charge, but then there was Dino Supercharge.
Yeah.
Is that the one you
I
watched?
think it was. It was
Oh,
the one
wait.
that they were fighting the dinosaurs.
I
Okay,
didn't
so
see.
it's
I haven't seen
probably-
any of them.
It was probably Dino Charge. No, if you look at this is so funny. So it goes.
Are you gonna put this on screen, or are you just gonna tell
Oh, I
everyone?
can. So okay, you got Power Rangers Samurai, and then you go Power Rangers Super Samurai, Power Rangers Mega Force, Power Rangers Super Mega Force, Dino Charge, Super Dino Charge,
Ninja Steel, Super Ninja Steel,
Beast Morphers, and Dino Fury,
which is the current continuity.
which is the current one, which is going to Netflix.
Man, wait, who had it before Nickelodeon?
It was Nickelodeon,
ABC
it was
Kids,
ABC,
Toon,
Disney.
Disney had Power Rangers?
Disney?
Fox Kids had it for the longest. First airing in the
Yeah,
US,
I mean that makes sense.
and then Disney and ABC put it up for a while.
God, Disney had Power Rangers.
And then Nick's had it for.
Wait a minute, scroll up. Disney had it for 27 episodes? ABC Family had it for 1 episode? Does that even count? How do you count
It
that?
aired once.
It aired 1 time.
So poorly.
Wikipedia is such an excellent thing.
Yeah, I love it. Oh my gosh, you want to?
Oh my gosh. The first 2 episodes called Welcome. Oh no, that's from 2008.
Welcome to.
Oh, that's a list from each.
But
thing.
no, wait, go back down though. That was episode 637. How many episodes of Power Rangers are
Oh,
there?
well over 1,000. Well over
Let's
1,000.
go check.
Oh, never mind. 941.
941.
The last episode was Secret Santa. Oh, hasn't aired
Which
yet.
aired in October.
Never mind. Aired in October. Seems like a good time to air a Santa Claus episode.
1,800 viewers. Maybe.
Netflix better do something.
1,800?
really
No,
special.
that's 18,000. Okay, no, that's 100,000.
180,000.
Go up and you can.
Yeah, that's
see.
100,000.
180,000. That's so basically 200,000 people.
It's not very many.
That's less
That's okay.
less
for
than your average PewDiePie video.
That's okay for kids' television programming.
But
airing
where
in
are you
modern
getting
times.
the money to make something that doesn't get seen by
Toy
very
Patrick, have you
sales.
seen what an episode of Power Rangers
Sales and
looks
music
like?
footage.
You don't use money to make that.
Yeah.
You use spit and soda cans to make that.
It was a show specifically designed where they would cost basically nothing for Super.
Yeah.
They were reusing all the footage from Super Sentai.
Which
So they didn't have to produce any new
so
action
good.
sequences. All they have to film is the teens just like walking around the high school set.
So they could film an entire season in like a couple hours.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Anyway,
Next, Ridley Scott.
the grumpy old curmudgeon Ridley Scott,
Oh yeah, making a Netflix Blade Runner
Developing
anime spin-off
a 10-episode Blade Runner TV show.
for Crunchyroll.
No, that's a different thing. So there was
Oh
the
my
anime.
CGI anime.
Yeah, Black Lotus. Patrick is showing me footage of Power Rangers. Dino Charge.
that none of you guys can see.
This is pretty good. This is good content.
Thank you, Patrick,
We're gonna get coffee
for
shit.
that. Okay,
Does it
cool.
look
Thank
good?
you. No.
Anyway,
Looks like something we could make.
looks like something we filmed in our backyard. Anyway, so Ridley Scott is developing a 10-episode live-action Blade Runner show. It's not announced who will be in it, what it's about, or where it will air.
About Blade Runner?
However, he did just make an anime series based on Blade Runner, I think called Black Lotus,
That is CGI
which
for
is CGI,
exclusive to Crunchyroll.
which I think is
It is a Crunchyroll original
or
series.
Adult Swim.
No, it is a Crunchyroll original series. I know because they sent me an email about it last week.
Alright.
Again, Tucker, we
Says
have
it's on Adult Swim.
we have a screen that you can use.
Okay. It says it's on. The internet is reliably telling.
Yeah, so it might be airing on Adult Swim, but it is
It has a whopping 60.
it is branded as a. Oh, let's watch the trailer. Mute it though. But it is branded as a
I
Crunchyroll
don't
exclusive.
care about it.
No one does. It's
Anyway,
the Blade Runner IP has been dead since the
the
like
Blade Runner
90s.
IP was never an IP.
It was never
Original
even
movie
alive.
Didn't make money.
No, it
It's
didn't.
just been a thing that they keep like
They keep
every now and then.
they
They'll
keep
be like,
pretending people.
maybe someone will see this one
Yeah, the 5 remaining fans will really like this.
because they made 2049, which is apparently really good, and everyone liked it, but no one saw it.
Yeah,
And Denis Villeneuve went off to make Dune, which is a far better and successful film.
much more successful.
Yeah.
Even though it was arguably much smaller of an IP than Blade Runner, which was already a microscopic IP. So, anyways,
If you're excited, don't tell us. I don't care.
we don't want to know. It does not interest us. Okay.
Andrew Garfield, this poor man,
What a poor soul.
he keeps getting harassed and in every interview and on every street corner.
Ayo, Andy, my mans. You're in Spider-Man, right? You're in
goes,
Spider-Man, huh?
"Shut
You're
up."
in Spider-Man,
He has
eh?
officially declared that he's done discussing Spider-Man rumors. He just says, "We're just not going to talk to you if you ask me about it." Makes sense because he's never going to say he's in it.
Obviously.
Stop asking him.
Why would you think
He's
that
promoting other films.
out of everything that he's doing, he wants to tell you, specifically you, random man who just asked him for a
Jimmy
selfie,
Fallon.
whether or not he's in Spider-Man?
I just saw The Amazing Spider-Man for the first time last week.
What did you think about it?
I actually liked it a lot.
Did you see the second one?
No.
Yeah, don't. And also, that's a lie. You've seen the first one way before that. You saw it at Mr. Steve Levine's house.
I saw The Amazing Spider-Man.
You saw The Amazing Spider-Man. I was there.
I remember 0% of
You
it.
saw the whole movie. We watched it before we watched Star Wars.
A movie
Yes, we did.
Patrick hadn't seen. Also.
Yep, remember that scene where the guy throws the car and Spider-Man webs up his hands, pulls it away? Oh, wait, that was from Spider-Man 2.
That
You
was-
saw The Amazing Spider-Man 2 at Mr. Steve Levine's house. Mr.
that's why I
City
don't
Councilman runner-up Steve Levine. He's a public figure. It's okay. We can say
We
his
can
name.
say his name
And
on the internet.
we love him.
He's our favorite.
He's our favorite. Please run for president.
That's why I voted. It's because I voted against him. Anyway.
Anyway, so Andrew Garfield, he's doing like, he got like a musical coming out for Netflix. It's like an Oscar movie. He's done like a couple other films this year, and he's like, he keeps getting harassed.
I feel bad for him,
And the
honestly.
worst part is that his mom died recently,
Oh.
and so people in interviews will ask him about his mom dying, and he'll give like a really like passionate speech about like grief, and then they'll be like, okay, anyway, Spider-Man.
So, okay, you be Andrew Garfield. So, your mom's dead.
Yeah, she meant a lot to me. She really affected.
But
this movie.
Spider-Man though, like, what's the deal? You in Spider-Man though?
I'm not in the movie.
You're Spider-Man. He's there though. You're in that movie, right?
In the movie.
That would be
That would be so
it would
funny.
be disappointing, but it'd be the funniest thing.
But I would be like, shut up. Never make a theory again. Stop it.
I would laugh out loud in the theater.
Yeah.
And I would just like to point to the audience and just laugh at
You all thought. Idiots.
Yeah, anyway, I feel bad for him.
I do.
Because I don't even think he wanted to be in it. I think they just...
No, I mean, neither one of them wanted
and
to
you
be
know what the
there,
worst part
obviously.
is Tobey Maguire has been able to avoid all of this. Because
No one cares who he
hasn't
is.
made a movie in 4 years.
Yeah, no one cares what he's doing.
He just gets to sit there and just be like...
Sucks to suck.
Toby doesn't have to do interviews for his upcoming musical.
Yeah.
So
And Tobey Maguire is not trying to win an Oscar this year.
No. What was Andrew Garfield even in? Other than Spider-Man?
He did Hacksaw Ridge, which was that like war movie.
No, I mean like
coming out
this recently.
He did a movie called The Eyes of Tammy Faye, which let's go. His big thing he's promoting now is Tick Tick Boom, which is Lin-Manuel Miranda's like directorial movie debut, and it's about the guy who wrote Rent.
Wow, that's a really interesting project to tackle.
Learn to sing.
Well, that was
for the film.
anticlimactic. Okay.
Anyway,
Next up.
leave poor Andrew Garfield alone.
Yeah, stop it. Leave him alone. He's chill out.
Let him go to his mom's
Calm down.
funeral without asking about Spider-Man.
I don't want if I hear any news articles about his family members being like, so Spider-Man, I know my aunt, I know she's dead. Spider-Man though, what's the deal with that?
Anyway, the good thing is that after this, he'll never get asked about it again.
That's true. Probably he'll also.
He's never gonna make. Another one.
He will never even approach the Spider-Man character again.
He will like wear shirts that like no.
Like, I hate Spider-Man. Don't ask me about Spider-Man.
Ask me about Spider-Man, I'll shoot you.
no, you know what I loved about the Amazing Spider-Man is you go through this whole thing. Then Gwen Stacy's dying father's final wish was that he not go out.
Hey,
with
don't
us.
date her, please. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway though. Hey.
The end of the movie is him betraying her dead father's final wish.
Like 5
And then in the
minutes
second
after.
movie, she dies
No way.
from dating Spider-Man.
Spoiler alert for a movie that came out 7
That
years
was
ago.
terrible that you didn't even see it. Yeah, no, she falls off a building and dies. He actually kills her.
No, for some reason, you know how we've been watching movies like every night?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we've been watching movies every night. Anyways, I don't know. It's been like a complete accident. But who, the girl that plays
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone? She's been in like half of them, and she's everywhere.
She's busy.
She's a busy
working.
woman. She was also in
Cruella.
Cruella. She played Cruella.
It was a bad movie.
Cruella was a good
I
movie.
did not like it.
Well, you're wrong.
Names.
I mean, it was mid, but it's the best of the live action remakes made recently.
Anyway, moving on.
Next.
Ahsoka TV show casting. Natasha Liu Bordizzo, has been cast as Sabine Wren.
Look at
from
the
Star Wars
resemblance.
Rebels.
Yeah, they
It's
do
amazing.
literally look the same.
That does look very.
That is the same person. Okay, cool.
That's cool. So confirmation.
Just just chop her hair off, dye it purple. and You're good to go.
Yep. All right. Cool. I've never seen her in a thing. So
Me neither. I don't know what is she. Wait, let's look her up. What else is? What other things is she in? Or is this her
Probably
first ever role?
indie films.
Probably like commercials for like Clorox or something.
Guns Akimbo.
She was in Wish.
Oh, that's like a
Dragon.
relatively famous
She
movie.
was in Wish Dragon.
The Greatest Showman.
She was in the.
background character.
Oh, she was probably one of the
Yeah.
dancey dance people.
She was in Detective Chinatown too.
Oh, she was in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, I think. Is that it?
She was. No.
Oh, she's in Detective Chinatown too. Okay, so she is relatively large.
Okay.
Because
Good for her.
that's like I think is that the highest grossing movie in China? Detective
It was
Detective
I
Chinatown.
think it just came.
No, one there's 3.
Yeah, I know. A movie that just came out recently in China. Now.
Yeah.
The Battle of Lake Changjin,
Oh, okay.
which the Chinese government.
Yeah, she was
Definitely
also in
does not inflate movies that are.
she was
Chinese
also
government and
in
military propaganda. They do not do that.
Yeah, okay, so she was in Detective Chinatown, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon,
We really
and
keep,
Guns Akimbo. Those were her
we
main
really
ones.
keep digging the grave for our podcast. And
No, we like that movie, probably.
It's fine. They don't have internet access.
they don't know. They're not on YouTube. Okay.
They're not allowed to watch this show. All right, Mass Effect. A Mass Effect TV series is in the works at Amazon Studios. Our boys at Prime Video. Sam, what do you think?
Looks like
I mean,
Guardians
Mass
of the
Effect-
Galaxy.
This is just an art from. This is art from Mass Effect.
I mean, Mass Effect is basically just a TV show game, so
It's basically Star Trek.
Is that
Yeah.
from Guardians of the Galaxy?
it's just Star Trek with cooler guns and weirder aliens.
Yeah.
Is that not Star-Lord? And
That
the little
is
blue girl?
no, that is well, that's not even a girl, but yeah,
That is
Sure.
a helmet and a blue person.
that is a blue person.
Sam, do you think it'll be a big hit if they do
I
this?
think that it will come out and be forgotten as soon as it appears.
So it appears that like all of the streaming services are trying to make two shows.
Game of Thrones.
They're trying to make their own Game of Thrones,
Yep.
and they're trying to make their own Mandalorians.
Yep.
Disney Plus obviously has Mandalorian, and they're doing like I guess like a Willow, but they're not. They're less focused.
They're kind of doing their own thing.
They're less focused on the Game of Thrones thing.
Yeah,
because they have Marvel. They don't care.
they don't need that.
But like HBO Max is doing like House of the Dragon. which
They
is
also have Game of Thrones. Yeah.
They have the Green Lantern show, which is going to be a big sci-fi epic thing.
It's going to be a hit. Everyone's going to.
Paramount Plus is doing. They obviously have Star Trek.
Hulu also just started a Game of Thrones knockoff recently.
Yeah. And Prime Video is doubling down on the Game of Thrones type shows. They got
They got-
Wheel of Time
And
that-
some other one.
$1 Lord of the Rings show. They're
Yeah.
doing. So they're all throwing their hats in the ring. They're all trying to eat up the audience that will definitely not just watch Star Wars, which is the thing they're familiar with and already are.
I know that thing, therefore I will consume that thing.
That's right. Loyalty to the brand.
Is
Loyalty to Disney.
everyone pledge
Loyalty is
allegiance?
salvation.
I pledge allegiance to the mouse and his many IPs.
I will watch every Marvel TV
May
show.
the Marvels make the money and the Star Wars make the money later.
It made them copy their homework.
And may
Like
you
a second-
may they copy themselves into oblivion and infinity and justice and beyond.
Star
The
Wars
end.
do what Marvel is doing 5 years after. its
To
success.
infinity and beyond. Amen. There we go. That's the pledge allegiance to Mickey Mouse.
Mass Effect TV show. Good. Sure. Who cares?
Cool. Epic.
Movie
Movie.
time!
Wait. Yep. Movie time. Woo.
Ba, 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 ba.
I'm glad you used a shade of blue that blends into the black background.
That was a good choice that you made. Oh.
Can't win.
That's like the worst color, because even if it was a white background, it would still look horrible.
I already used red and green. I don't know what you want from me.
Why the green is also doesn't look good. Well, I mean it's gaming theme, so it's fine, but this looks bad.
Use the one that you use on the docket. It's like much better.
I set the colors on that. Tucker's original colors were illegible because they were like yellow
They
and
were
like
like
light
that?
blue. No, it wasn't. It was like it was the lightest blue that you can set it to. So I changed it to this like teal color.
Okay.
it
DC League of Super Pets trailer. Sam,
Someone animated.
saw-
looks funny.
they played this in the theater when we went to go see
The Ghast Boosters.
Afterlife.
Ghostbusters.
And I don't think they were supposed to because this was officially released yesterday.
Yeah,
I think they accidentally played it early, so we got to see like 4 days before it came out.
it looks funny.
It looks
I
fine.
thought it was fine.
Crypto is
It's
The Rock
it's Secret Life of Pets with a dog that can fly.
with Crypto. Although they've changed the animals that are in that League of Super Pets.
Yeah, like drastically.
Drastically.
I did think it's
There's
funny.
No kangaroo.
I did think it was funny that like Crypto can't make friends with the other dogs because he's always talking about Superman things, and they just think he's a weirdo.
Yeah, that's fun.
I thought that was a funny gag.
Superman is.
Is this made by the same people who made Secret Life of Pets?
No, this is
It just looks identical.
It looks. The animation looks
Very
almost
similar,
the
yeah.
same.
I like how he's wearing glasses.
Yeah, I like how he wears glasses as a disguise as well, as if that does anything. Also, that makes him look more weird because he's a dog.
I wonder who the guy in White Dog duo
So
is.
there's our quick looks at our
Batman
Wonder
looks
Woman.
terrible.
Batman looks
Horrible.
horrible.
That is the worst Batman design I've
I
ever
don't know
seen.
why, but whenever they
Oh my
Wonder
God,
Woman's
it's
design
so
also is
bad.
horrifying. Wonder Woman's neck is like so
Look at
weirdly
Batman.
shaped.
Why? He doesn't have a neck.
He
It's like
doesn't have
His neck is
shoulders,
gone.
It just rounds off.
He's just like he looks like a penis.
Lex Luthor looks fine.
Lex Luthor looks good.
That's
Cyborg looks pretty cool. I like the way Cyborg
looks.
looks.
Like 80s Cyborg.
Yeah, he looks like 80s Cyborg. I don't know who that is. Is that a Green
That's
Lantern?
Green Lantern.
But she's got green skin? I don't know who that is.
So again.
Superman gets.
He's got the black S. The black.
He's got the Kingdom
red on
Come
black.
suit. Yeah.
Yes, I don't know why.
I think it's red on darker red, but yeah. Yeah, so then that gives them superpowers.
Kryptonite.
Yeah.
Powers.
Probably, yeah.
And they've mixed it up. So in the comics, it's Crypto Ace who has no powers.
He's just a bat dog,
But
yeah.
They gave him some in this. And then it's the Jumpa the kangaroo.
Has been replaced with a squirrel that's on crack. There's also a squirrel on crack. There's a super fast turtle, which I think is funny. I think that's a funny idea.
There was a squirrel in the comics. It was the Green Lantern.
And you couldn't hear it in this, but the turtle like super speeds off, and he's like in the middle of a passion. He's like, "Where the heck am I?"
Yeah.
Except for he doesn't say that. He says a bad word, which is funny for a movie starring a bunch of cartoon animals.
Is this not a kids movie?
Maybe.
It's a movie.
Yeah. There's Dwayne Johnson causing property damage. Kevin Hart peeing on a statue of Crypto, by the way. That is a statue of Crypto, which is weird. Why is that in a city? Anyway, yeah, Superpets. It looks fine. It looks like it looks like the movie that Secret Life of Pets kind of wanted to be,
But they didn't have all the superhero IPs.
but it wasn't clever enough to be that.
And here's, of course, all-star.
John Krasinski is in this
He's
movie.
Superman.
Why?
Kate McKinnon, John Krasinski, Vanessa Bayer, Natasha Lyonne, Diego Luna, Keanu Reeves, and Dwayne and Johnson and Kevin Hart.
Awesome. Next,
Good for
Jurassic
DC.
World Dominion Prologue. That's a
So,
good title
If
for
you
a thing.
remember a few months ago,
That's a good, great
Jurassic
title.
World Dominion.
So good at making titles, these guys.
So if you remember a few months ago when F9 came,
Mhm.
if you went to
Unfortunately, I was there.
If you went to an IMAX screening of it, they played this, which is like the
Trailer.
somewhat of a trailer for the new Jurassic World movie. They just released officially. They also, of course, did the Battle of Big Rock or whatever.
That's cool.
short.
I like that.
They've
That's
been doing
fun.
a lot of teasers for this movie. They're hyping it up. It's the finale.
Sueña, bellissima.
It's the finale of the franchise. They got the whole cast.
Why is
back.
it playing the beginning of the live action Lion King movie? Is it did they put the wrong file up here? This is Lion King with
Of course,
dinosaurs.
at the end of the last Jurassic World movie, which I still have not seen all the way through, before this one.
I've only seen the first one.
Jurassic Park.
No, not Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. I've seen the first Jurassic World. I've also only seen the first Jurassic Park.
Isn't Chris Pratt in that?
No, he's only in Garfield. Chris Pratt.
Yeah. He's never done anything else.
That movie hasn't even come out yet. I don't even know how you know who Chris Pratt is. He's not in anything other than Garfield.
Well, he delivers.
He also delivered pizza once.
Yeah, this is just like Dinosaur Park.
Yeah, roaring at each other, showing off the special effects.
That looked really good.
No.
Yeah,
he
obviously at the
is.
end of the last one, they get out into the so crazy land.
It's a zombie movie with dinosaurs. That's what it is. Okay.
It's quite literally a Jurassic.
Oh wait, no, it is literally a zombie movie. That's just a zombie movie, but with like lizards or the zombies instead of people.
Clifford, the big red dog.
He certainly is. Well, okay, this is Clifford the large red dog, because he's not a kaiju size like he is in the books and in the cartoons. Like in the book, he is the size of a house. Like he is the size of their house. He just sits in their backyard and like takes up the same amount of space. In this, he's just like a very large dog.
Well, they had to make him that so that he would fit in frame.
But it would have been so much more entertaining for the movie to be about a kaiju fight between a house-sized dog and a house-sized cat.
Clifford looks like they made a model.
Well, they're
of
getting to the second one.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll get bigger in that
looks
one.
like they made a model of a big.
Why is there a 2 over his face? What is that about?
Because
They're
it's
making a
Clifford
second
2.
No,
I
but
put that there.
Why?
Because I thought it was funny.
How is it?
Clifford looks like they made a giant golden retriever model,
And
and
just
then they took
covered
the
it in
color
blood.
wheel
And
they
turned
moved
it to
over
red. That's probably exactly what they did.
Yeah,
That does not look like a... That looks like a demon. That does not look fluffy and cuddly and cute. That looks menacing and
If he
terrifying.
had scary teeth.
Yeah, if they just made his eyes like slightly smaller, he'd look super creepy.
Anyway, they're making another one.
How do you get through the door?
On board.
Don't worry about it. They have a double door, probably. I don't know. Who cares?
Sam, would you watch a Clifford film?
I'm not going to watch the first one. Why would I watch the sequel?
Good, fair point. Hayao Miyazaki.
Is he making another last
He's
movie?
making another
He's
last
making
movie.
another last movie. This is his 5th last movie, right?
I think
Yeah, because okay, so his son made a movie, and he was like, "Good job, son. Actually, I hate you, and your movie sucks. I'm gonna make another
Sam,
better movie to spite
explain
you."
Why Hayao Miyazaki keeps saying he's making the last.
Okay,
movie.
so he's like, what is he, like 87?
He's 80 years old.
He is super old. He doesn't like making movies anymore, but Studio Ghibli sort of is hooked up to an IV that is connected to Hayao Miyazaki, so they kind of need him to survive. And so also his son made a movie, and Hayao Miyazaki did not like it, thought it was a very bad movie because he has a lot of issues with his kids. And now so he's making another one.
Yeah, so his last movie was The Wind Rises,
Which was about the man who developed the planes for the Nazis, and it was framed in a positive light. It's an interesting movie.
Well, he's very old. He was alive terrible.
Yeah.
So how'd that movie play?
Anyway,
Well, man built planes.
Was it
it got
received
nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, it had very pretty animations of the sky and planes and things.
World War II.
Yeah.
The Jews and other. Anyway, that's not. In
Don't
the
worry about
movie.
that. They wouldn't show that. That's,
Anyway,
makes them look bad.
his last movie was in 2013. His other last movie before that was in 2008. So this is his third last movie. It's called How Do You Live?
Interesting.
It is it's going to be a large scale fantasy, and of course you could advise to
Great.
do you think he'll make another after this?
Probably.
You think
He'll probably
will-
keep making them
do
until
you
he's
think
dead.
He will die in production of his next film.
Oh yeah, no, he'll die in production of his last movie, and then he'll make one more after that.
They'll dredge up like some drawing scene.
They'll get a computerized digital copy of his brain that keeps
Just
making
prints
movies
out
for
more
them.
movies.
Yeah.
Alright. Trolls 3, baby!
Oh yeah.
They're doing another one!
This is what I'm looking forward
Remember
to.
when they made the second one?
Nope.
It doesn't matter. It's happening anyway.
Oh baby.
Trolls 3 will release on November 17th, 2023. Will play in theaters for 17 whole days. We're going to PVOD.
Which makes sense since the first one did so well there, or the second one rather. First one was regular in theaters.
No one cares.
Okay, yay, trolls,
Sam, what are
yay.
your-
Woo. Oh,
What are your theories for the new Trolls?
I think that the trolls will, they will,
That was the last one, you moron!
that well,
You don't know your Trolls!
the thing about the trolls is that,
Just Timberlake's in it, I think.
when the trolls they're colorful except for the gray one. That's what I think about them.
I think I've seen the first one.
We've seen the first one.
I have
Well,
And
I think
confirmed.
I've seen some of it.
at least seen like a part of it.
I just remember singing "Killed My Grandma." Did you not? Oh, you didn't know that was that character's tragic backstory?
Sam, I
See that
blocked-
gray character right there? His tragic backstory is that singing killed his grandma.
That's good, right?
That's real. That's really what they made that movie. That's a movie. That's in the movie.
Anyway, do you think Trolls 3 will win an Oscar?
No.
Always, like all the
What
other
about?
ones.
I think the last one got nominated for Best Animated Feature.
I bet it did. I bet it did.
Well, how many animated features were there that year?
Not a lot. Can't
There
have
wasn't a lot
been.
of features.
Weren't a lot of movies to feature that time around.
Sonic the Hedgehog got snubbed for Best Picture. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yep. Okay, next.
Delroy Lindo has been cast in an
Woo!
unannounced role in the film Blade.
He'll be the guy who was Blade before Blade.
He will be the old mentor man.
Yeah.
That logo looks good.
That is I don't think that's the official one.
That's
though.
when they announced.
What's the
Yeah.
unreadable one?
That
was for Quantumania. That is so funny though. I love that logo. Just because of how terrible it is.
Yeah, it's like who's idea
How
was that?
absolutely disgustingly stupid that logo is.
Yeah.
It's like that's what it says.
No, they're gonna end up just.
Yeah,
The
because
one that was readable?
the one that you could read, the one that was in English.
I love this this article. The Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantum Mania logo may have a deeper meaning.
You think so, huh?
Thank you, clickbait.
Thank you, article. Thanks. There's an article for everything.
I think Kevin Feige's plan was just to trick everybody into thinking they had to select.
Hey guys, wouldn't it be funny?
I have so much money.
Guys, look at this. Watch this. Like,
Anyway,
Cool.
very excited for Blade. I hope it comes out at some point.
woo.
Scarlett Johansson is working with Marvel Studios on a secret project that does not involve Natasha Romanoff
but will involve
specifically.
Yelena Belova, who is functionally the same.
So I have two ideas on what this is. One is either whatever the
What is that?
it's a chart that's like it's like a conversion chart for the language of the logo. But I think it's either whatever they're doing with Yelena Belova,
That's good.
which is probably Thunderbolts or whatever, or she's
Yeah.
getting another Black Widow. She's the producer on that, or she's producing what I would probably a Black Widows TV show focusing on all the Black Widows.
No, it'll be
that
called
come out.
Widows.
Or that doesn't matter.
You got to take a word out if you're going to make a show.
True. Call it the Widows.
No, just Widows.
No,
No, the can't have a the. Can't have the in any title. Except The Mandalorian. That's the only exception.
I think they could.
None of the other shows have a the. Except The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
You-
They didn't call it The Loki. Or The WandaVision. That's
There's more
stupid.
than one Loki.
There's only one WandaVision.
I don't think we got to the point. Anyway.
There's only one WandaVision.
No, whatever she's doing, one she's producing, because she's not a writer director. And she's
Obviously.
not acting, because she hates doing these. So she's
Well, she-
definitely producing it.
Yeah.
Apparently, whatever bad blood between them and Marvel, however much cash they gave her, she
It's
just
gone now.
did not care at all.
Gone now.
She's just back to being
She's
cool.
back in the game.
All right. Chris Pratt.
Still Mario. We just wanted to remind you guys.
Weekly reminder.
Weekly
Chris
reminder
Pratt.
that Chris Pratt's Mario.
Chris Pratt's Mario voice will be different from the games, but is still excellent, according to Illumination head Chris Meledandri.
So he's just going to sound like Chris
He
Pratt.
said he won't be doing the traditional Italian accent, which makes you think he'll just sound like Chris Pratt.
Just going to sound like Chris Pratt.
Not even going to do a voice.
That's stupid.
Just sound like Chris Pratt.
That's dumb.
If that's what they're doing, that means...
That is what they're doing.
I know, but what that means is that Luigi's just going to sound
Charlie
like
Day's not going to do Charlie Day's not going to do an
He's
accent.
just gonna do like the normal white.
No, okay, but I'm fine with Luigi sounding like Charlie Day. I think that's just funny. Mario not sounding like Mario is just stupid.
I mean, Mario is...
It's gonna be so weird to hear Chris Pratt's voice
Come out of
coming
that. Like, cover up that picture of Chris. Use your hand. Imagine him, the voice of Chris Pratt coming out. My brain doesn't. It can't. I can't imagine that. It doesn't. It doesn't work.
I kind of understand it because
No.
Mario is generic leading man character. He has no personality. He is just
His
hero.
personality is woohoo, but now he's gonna say woohoo.
It's me,
That's lame.
It's me, Chris Pratt.
It's
the
me,
actor.
Chris Pratt. I'm a Lego man. Woo, woo, that's me. Lasagna Mondays. Am I right?
What if they're just tricking?
I'm also Garfield.
I'm also Garfield.
Is he doing a voice for Garfield?
Yes.
Or is Mario and Garfield will have the same voice?
I think he'll
Yup.
do. I think he'll do a minor change for Garfield.
I
He'll do
think
slightly
he'll
lower
just sound like this.
he'll do that.
Yeah, he'll just do that
But
voice.
Mario, he's just gonna talk normally.
So lame.
Hey, it's me.
Give us a trailer. I know it comes out in over a year, but I want a trailer. I just want to see what it looks like.
Make me sad. This
Or
has been
give us
the.
a title. The movie still doesn't have a title.
It's gonna be just Mario Bros. Something like that.
But like Super Mario.
We got the
Bros.
posters.
Called Super Mario Bros. Iliad.
Yeah, Super Mario. I'm still waiting for Super Mario Iliad. It's been too long. It's time for it to come out.
Michael Keaton says he is filming Vulture stuff for a secret movie in the spum.
So, Sinister Six is coming out. The Vulture is going to be the secret sixth villain that was rumored in all the Spider-Man stuff.
Okay. Six movie, not even written.
Doesn't matter.
2. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no. This is for the Sinister Six
Not gonna
movie.
be in No Way Home.
He's not going to be in a movie called The Vulture. That's
No,
for
he's not
dang.
gonna
That's
be
for
villain.
dang sure.
But, okay, here's the Sony Spider-Man, the Spawn projects we know are coming. No, Morbius comes out in January.
He's not obviously not going to be in that.
Probably Too late to film more stuff.
Well, he's going to be in
He's
that,
already
but
in.
yeah, he's not going to be wearing the
Venom
costume.
3 is coming probably the year after. next
So he's
year.
probably not that.
So if he is filming stuff for that, he's doing like really early cameo stuff.
Yeah.
Craven the Hunter is
Could-
supposed to
he
come
could be
into
in that.
production very soon. It's very likely he's filming stuff for that. Also, Craven the Hunter, hunting Mad Vulture, thing that also hunts.
Man, that
and
is
his
bird. Yes.
So he can.
Maybe there's a little bit of IP cross there. Needs to tad.
I think they're just using him as the
An
Nick
excuse
Fury.
to say that,
They're the terrible Spider-Man.
guys, it's
spum
the
Nick Fury.
same. Because he's in both, you guys.
Because he's a famous actor who is old, who can go around in all the movies and go, I need a team.
I'm putting a crew together to kill the
You want to
Spooder
be in my
Man.
second-rate Sinister Six Craven the Hunter and
I can't wait for him
Morbius?
to have defended Spider-Man in that one post-credit scene, only to immediately
turn
stab
back
him in the back and try to kill him. That's gonna make a lot of sense.
Yes.
In
Thank
my
you so much.
my squishy.
Patrick. Where'd that go?
Coke.
You want another one?
Eat fresh. That's the motto.
Podcasting.
All right, next.
The Batman.
The
Oh,
Batman.
okay.
Oh,
Pull this
we
up.
skipped
Oh,
the
that
thing.
looks sick. I want that in my bedroom.
That is a cool poster. All the promotional stuff for Batman has looked awesome.
It's looking pretty neat.
It looks like a sick movie. That
They
movie
want you
looks
to come
so
and watch
cool.
it.
Weird. Normally they don't want.
Don't
Normally the poster says
watch.
"Stay away from theaters" at the bottom.
Now notice how they didn't put Warner Bros. On it.
That's true.
They put DC in the corner, really small.
Yeah, they
You
did.
know what I would do to change that poster is I'd put the Warner Bros. Logo
Yeah.
right
Oh.
in the
I
middle.
Just replace the Batman logo with the Warner Bros.
put a
logo.
big blue Warner
Yeah, I mean,
Bros.
that's
logo.
what you would do if you wanted people to stay away.
If this was a Sony movie, it just say Sony like right on his forehead.
No, there'd just be a picture of a PS5 there.
no. It'd be a poster, and then they cut it off here, and the bottom would just be a PS5.
Play-
Play the
what-
movie exclusively on
No, what's the
PS5.
thing that they always say? Play with power or something like that?
That's Sega Genesis slogan.
That's the power of Home
Full
Depot.
racist.
What?
What are you, the Washington?
No, they
Post?
put it. They say. What does it say?
I know what you're talking about. It's like
Play something.
Greatness.
Greatness awaits.
Greatness awaits.
Greatness awaits on PS5. That's what
Yeah.
they say.
No,
Yeah.
I was very shocked when at the end of Ghostbusters there wasn't a PS5 ad. I was legitimately expecting it.
Venom had one.
Venom
It
had
did
it.
actually.
Well, he was playing Free Fire without playing it on the PS5. It was on the TV in the background, playing itself, and he was just sort of talking
Was
to
there
another
a PS5
character.
there?
I don't know, but Free
Well,
Fire's
It was
on
either a
PS5.
PS5 or PS4.
Yeah.
It was a PlayStation.
On Xbox.
He had a
Anyway.
PlayStation.
So Warner Brothers today released the official synopsis for the Batman.
Oh, good. I'm glad it's an
Would you
official
like- would you
synopsis.
like me to read it out to you? Sam?
Yes.
2 years of stalking the streets as the Batman, Robert Pattinson, striking fear into the hearts of criminals, has led Bruce Wayne deep into the shadows of Gotham
Okay, you can
City.
skip the part where they just tell us who
With
Batman
only a
is.
few trusted allies, I can read. Alfred Pennyworth, Andy Serkis.
Like I said, you can skip the part where they tell us who Batman
Lieutenant
is.
James Gordon, Jeffrey Wright. Amongst the city's corrupt network of officials and high-profile figures, the lone vigilante has established himself as the sole embodiment of vengeance among his fellow citizens. When a killer targets Gotham's elite with a series of sadistic machinations, a trail of cryptic clues sends the world's greatest detective on an investigation into the underworld, where he encounters such characters as Selena Kyle / Catwoman, Zoe Kravitz, Oswald Cobblepot, aka the Penguin, Colin Farrell, Carmine Falcone, John Turturro, and Edward Norton and Edward Nashton, which changed from comics, the Edward Nigma, aka the Riddler,
Wonder why
Paul
they changed
Dano.
that.
Enigma.
As the evidence
was his
begins to lead closer to home and the scale of the perpetrator's
Patrick, it's because
becomes clear,
Enigma means
I
mystery.
know what it means.
Batman must
not, not a race thing.
Batman must forge
That's not what I
new
said.
relationships,
You were
unmask
thinking
the
it, though.
culprit,
I was
and bring justice to the abuse of power and corruption that has plagued Gotham City.
Enigma. Is he a Sigma male?
Sigma.
Enigma male?
There was a different part of this.
Here, let me put a tweet in there.
Tweet after. Did they put it out? No. Or I'll find it later. Anyway, it's just who the crew is, and I learned today. The cinematographer is the guy from Dune.
That's good.
He's doing this
He was good on Dune.
next tweet.
What's happening now? What's going on?
No one follows our Twitter accounts.
Is he
Follow us on Twitter.
is he posting something on Twitter right now?
Yep.
Why aren't you using your iPad for that?
'Cause he's Sigma illegal.
Thanks, Patrick. Okay.
All right. Next up, we got some Disney Plus stuff. Disney Plus to share exclusivity on certain 20th Century Fox and Searchlight films with HBO Max. First film will be Ron's Gone Wrong, which will premiere on both services simultaneously.
Disney keeps getting bigger.
This is because obviously Disney now owns 20th Century Fox. However, before they were bought, they had signed a deal with HBO
to do the
stuff to
thing.
go to there.
Yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
their compromise.
This is their compromise. Disney's just gonna release it at the same time. HBO gets no benefit. Disney just also gets to do it.
That's a good deal. what a deal. What a good deal on that. Good deal.
Sam, are you excited for Ron's Gone Wrong to come to?
No. Is it free?
It will be free.
Then sure, I might watch it maybe
Watch
in the
Flora and
background.
Ulysses.
I did watch Flora and
But you
Ulysses.
did not watch Home Sweet.
I did not watch Home Sweet Home Alone.
A
No.
movie that does exist.
Flora and Ulysses
I
was
saw that.
You
The
did
new
see
Home Alone?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the movie because it looked awful.
It's absolute trash.
but it exists.
It does exist.
That's all you need to
Highest
know.
praise I can give that film.
It
Did you watch
exists.
it?
I did.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was miserable. I hated every minute. It
No,
kind of made me
my-
want to delete the internet.
Disney Plus canceled.
Canceling my subscription.
took away
Patrick,
all my
you got your
will to
foot in
make
the mic
movies.
cable.
Anyway,
There we go.
next up, Ant-Man 3 has wrapped filming.
Ant-Man and the Wasp That's the real title.
Quanta Doodoo,
Quanta Doodoo.
featuring Stature.
Who's not pictured here.
Isn't
Also, this is fan art.
No, it is fan.
Yeah, it's got a signature at the bottom.
Yeah. Hayden Reed posted this on his Twitter. when he
Who?
announced it. Director of the film.
Right, yeah, I know who that is.
Directed the season 2 finale of The Mandalorian.
And okay. Cool.
He replaced Edgar Wright because he quit.
That makes sense. All right. Cool. Awesome. Ant-Man, everyone's favorite Marvel character.
It comes out in July of 2023. I mean, they might actually have they might have enough time to fix the effects.
Yeah, maybe.
They'll have
They,
a whole year and a half.
whole
Should
year.
have Mandalorians and Woman.
That the
Patrick, what?
the spin-off show, The Mandalorian,
Starring Sabine.
starring Sabine Wren from the Ahsoka show.
The
All right,
Mandalorian.
let's talk about Hawkeye.
He sure does have a hawk's eye, but not a hawk's ears. Because he's got hearing aids
Johnny
now.
Gargano.
Well, one hearing aid.
All right.
But also, it's both ears.
So as we are recording this, first 2 episodes just came out on Disney Plus
That is true.
because they needed to air weekly and they needed to have Boba Fett come out before the end of the year.
Also true.
They put the first 2 episodes out. Sam, what did you think of Hawkman?
I thought it was good. Where did Kate Bishop get the superhero suit? She just had that.
She was
Like,
prepared.
she
I
was
mean, it's not
ready
really
to put that on.
It's kind of just like a long sleeve shirt with some patches on it.
Well, it's got some padding and stuff. No,
This is-
she had that
She
one.
doesn't have this one.
Yeah, she falls
No,
through.
they don't have
She
this.
falls through the roof with that suit
No,
on.
she has like a.
No, it was that.
It's literally that suit.
No, it's like a lesser.
I guarantee you it was that.
It's similar. They're both purple. That's like.
Literally, I'm almost 100% sure that it is that exact suit.
I mean, I think it's the same base, but it's like how it's a little armored.
No,
Yeah. That's her suit. Like,
That's
what's the difference?
well, you can. It's like more. It's like a sport.
okay. So
And
that one is
and that's, like, you
missing.
can see those, like,
That's the same suit.
No, there's like the strap and there's like the.
There's
shoulder
one single shoulder pad of
pads.
difference.
Gloves and there's
Oh, she-
logos.
Added a shoulder pad.
I mean, it's not like completely.
Anyways, yeah, it was good. It was fine.
Yeah, I mean,
The bell tower thing was kind of pointless. I don't know why that.
No,
was
it's to set up her being good at archery and for her.
Okay, well let's just go through the sequence of events here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I love it when you guys walk us through.
No,
2-hour
but
show.
you gotta
Appreciate it.
understand. 'Cause
So-
a lot of this stuff-
Everyone's seen it. It's a Marvel
Okay,
thing.
but a
She
lot
rings
of
the
this
bell-
stuff makes like
No,
no
it
sense.
was
It's kinda
fine.
backwards.
So she rings the bell. She has to go home because her mom's mad because she knocked down a bell
But then
tower.
the next second, she's proud and not mad because she has a medal of something for some reason.
I get
And
those all
then
the time.
she's like, "I'm so disappointed in you. Let's
Come
go
with me to the
a
Met Gala."
Let's go to a gala where there's an art auction.
There's an evil auction going on where they sell a Tyrannosaurus skull and then they
start
sell
selling,
Ronan's sword and
Okay,
suit, which
okay,
they
before you guys
had.
just start doing this, whatever this is.
start reviewing.
Overall, what did you think of like the show, like in terms of like tone, story?
I think the
how it was
tone's good.
paced?
This one's fine.
The pacing's
It's slow.
not great,
Yeah,
but
it's a little
Yeah.
slow for these two. I think it's
There's
probably
gonna
gonna
be
speed up.
6 episodes,
Yeah.
and the first 2 could have been 1.
yeah, easily they
There
could
was a
have
lot
one
of
episode.
characters set up in these. which I think is important because it's very
The whole Hawkeye being with his kids on Christmas thing, they kind of like immediately skipped over that. So
well, because he's got to run around. It just
yeah, but then if you're gonna do that, why even start it that way?
well, because he needs to be in New York
Why?
so that he can.
He could have just saw her
And
on the
they can
news
run
and
around.
then gone to New York.
But why would they have?
I don't
Instead of already being in New York with his
Yeah,
kids,
but
then
I-
sending his kids home, then staying
I
in New
think
York.
he only intervened because it was nearby. I think if he just saw it on the news and he was like at another state,
Yeah, it's true.
he's kind of apathetic.
I didn't understand a lot of the reason is why he cared.
Because of the
Because he killed a lot of people and feels kind of bad.
I know, but why is he now going to like infiltrate the?
Because they want to kill Kate Bishop.
because he's trying to stop them from killing her.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't know what she's gotten herself into.
Well, she's dumb for doing that.
Well, yeah, but that's made explicitly clear in the show.
And her house got the fire.
Yep, all that tracks.
In the next episode, she's gonna go to the police.
If anything, you're sort of just reinforcing why he did the things he did at this point.
Well, it makes very little.
Do you
sense.
think they had? Do you think? What do you think of like his character? Because like he hasn't been like a spotlighted character.
Yeah, no, he never has.
He's been a very minor guy.
They're very.
Which is sort of the
self-aware
point. Yeah, they point that out a lot.
Probably my favorite part of this is just like he's walking around I'm glad we're back in New York for Marvel stuff. Because in the Marvel comics, everything's in New York all of the time.
Yeah.
And in the movies, we had like
One
the
thing
first
happened in New
Avengers
York.
in there, and then they were never in New York again.
Yeah.
And it's mostly
Except Spider-Man and Doctor Strange.
well, but even in him, in Far From Home, he was in Europe.
Yeah, he was in
for
Europe.
So it's like I'm glad we're back in New York, and I like the whole Christmas aesthetic. I think that's a fun thing to add.
Yeah.
But
It's the festive.
Jeremy Renner, very
Perfect,
short man.
flawless. Everything he's done so far.
He's never made a weird knockoff of Instagram that he charged his fans to send him pictures on.
Yeah.
He would never do
not
that.
A weird thing that Jeremy Renner.
He would never do that. That was taken off the App Store because it was classified as a scam. That would never happen. Jeremy Renner would never do that. He did that. That happened. Anyway.
So, this show is kind of a mystery. We have a couple of things we're going. One, this is spoilers. But
It's not really spoilers because if you have like more than 5 brain cells to rub together, you can figure all this out.
okay, so one, we have the swordsman,
Who's the bad guy?
who is the mustache man.
Literally a mustache twirling
I
villain.
don't think he's like
With like a slight French
It's
accent.
already like super obvious that he killed someone.
Well, I don't
He
think
definitely slashed that dude's
he's
stomach.
definitely not the lead villain
Well,
because he's too lame.
We know that he put the sword in
Tucker,
his jacket.
who's the main hero in this show? What's the show called?
Hawkeye.
How, on a scale from 1 to 10, how cool is Hawkeye as an Avenger?
No, but
Well, you gotta remember, her dad got killed by
New York exploding.
Yeah, so that, and now her mom is gonna get married to
A villain.
Very obviously a
the
murderer.
literal mustache twirling villain.
Yeah.
He is literally a French swordsman with a mustache who basically went, oh, I did a stabbing, I stabbed my uncle.
Oh,
Oh,
I love the swords.
I love the sword and I stabbed the man. That's basically what he says. The
No,
whole,
and to prove it, she almost stabs him in the eye.
and he goes, "Wha-cha-cha-cha,"
And then she's like, I got you. And her mom's like, why are you so crazy? Go away.
which is
So-
a fair point.
If you don't know who the swordsman is, he's basically Hawkeye with swords and with a mustache.
Yeah.
His origin is that they both, because Hawkeye was like an orphan, he grew up in the circus.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He did some crimes. They have the same origin.
They grew up
They
together.
know each other.
But they're
Which
also
I think is probably something they'll bring
They're
together.
also at the end of the episode they introduced the woman who's in charge
Yeah.
of the
So at the end of episode
sweatpants
2,
gang.
we get the guy who's in charge of the tracksuit mafia, which has been changed from the comics. In the comics, they're just like a
Not called the sweatsuit gang, but I mean that those words are basically interchangeable at this
Yeah.
point.
because in the comic book it's based off the Matt Fraction David Age Hawkeye. The tracksuit mafia is just like a gang of like
Literal idiots.
they're just like a bunch of morons from like Eastern Europe. They just kind of like walk around like bullying old people.
So
And,
now
like,
they had
gambling.
to make them intimidating.
So they had to make them. So there's way more of them.
They're still not that intimidating.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're still like a bunch of morons. But in this, they're working for Echo,
Who
who's the
is
character from the
Kingpin's
comics,
daughter.
Who is Kingpin's adopted daughter,
Who is also deaf.
who is also deaf.
Hence the name Echo,
Yeah.
because Echoes is a sound related thing, and she
Yeah.
doesn't have that.
Obviously, being a Daredevil's daughter, she's a Daredevil character mostly.
Or you mean Kingpin's daughter?
So yeah. Echo is Kingpin.
Basically Daredevil, but a girl.
Yeah. line. Get it?
Together, they make Helen Keller.
They dated for a while. Anyway.
They do
So-
that fusion dance and they just turn into Helen Keller.
So we have like a couple, like we're trying to find out who our lead villains. No, it's not the swordsman. He's not a mastermind character. He's an enforcer. He's the
Yeah.
guy you send out to go.
I think he'll still be the mastermind.
He'll be a villain. But
Yeah.
He will not be. He won't be the big bad.
Yeah.
I think the big bad is either Kingpin, who Vincent D'Onofrio has been hinting a lot that he's going to show up
Is
in
he
this.
is he cast
He's-
in the show?
And they haven't officially announced it, but he's Kingpin in the Daredevil show.
Yeah, so then since that's still technically sort of canon, I guess they have to keep it the
Charlie
same.
Cox is probably showing up in No Way Home.
There's leaked images of
Yeah,
him
I
in the
think that-
movie.
I think with the Netflix stuff, they're just gonna pick and choose
What they do and don't
what
want to
they
be canon.
keep and what they don't
Yeah.
want to keep. If they like an actor, they'll bring them in. If they don't.
They
That's
won't.
it.
Yeah.
But so I think Kingpin is a possibility. I think there's also a possibility he shows up in like episode 3, 4,
He'll be in She-Hulk.
overcome, and then they push him aside to go do the Echo
He'll
show.
be in She-Hulk.
Well, Echo's getting her own spinoff.
Yeah.
Kingpin's probably gonna be a big player. They'll go off and do
So
that.
yeah, so at the end of the Hawkeye show, Echo's gonna defect to the good guy's side because her dad's mean, and then they'll team up to fight Kingpin in
He'll
either.
take him down, he'll flee, and she'll be like, I gotta go track him down.
Yeah.
Fix my
What happens
house.
to the swordsman?
I think he. Okay.
Oh, they'll just like
So
kill
I
him.
think the
They'll probably just
actual-
kill him.
So I think the main villain is Kate Bishop's mom.
She's gonna be the villain.
I think that's what it is. I think she's Madame Mask, who is like Kate Bishop's main aunt.
Yeah,
Old
that would make
comics.
sense.
And if you notice, the old guy that murdered, he's having an argument with Kate Bishop's mom.
So
Then he
she
gets
killed
dead.
him.
So and
Yeah.
the whole thing will be that Kate knows it's the swordsman the whole time.
And is dating him because of that.
Yeah, and at the end of it, they'll be like, actually, we're both villains, and I knew he was evil.
What?
all the
And
time.
Kate
He
Bishop
was
will be
part
like,
of the
"No,
plan."
Mama, you cannot be evil, Mama."
What if actually he's just like, he's scummy, but what if he wasn't the killer? What if she...
I think she sent him. I think he
Yeah.
did it, but I think she sent
On
him.
her orders, yeah.
But
And then the mom would be like, "Oh, you fool, you petty idiot! Of course he killed him,
Well,
you
and-
fool! It was on my orders, you buffoon!"
and you'll get the scene where she's like, "How dare you become a superhero? I wanted you to be a villain like me."
A
And-
family business.
Family, it's about family. It's not always about the
How do
money,
you think she
Spider-Man.
got so rich, Sam. It's
It's because she owns a security firm in a universe where there's
Kate Bishop
supervillains.
is very clearly the main character of this.
Which is
Jeremy
fine.
Renner so far. Is
He's just
kinda
in
there.
it. I mean, he's there.
I think he'll have more to do as we go
He's
on.
a father figure.
Yeah.
I don't think. Do you think they're gonna kill him off at the end of this?
No.
Tucker, what happens at the end of every story where an older man has to teach a younger woman how to survive in this new world she's
They moved to a
experiencing?
new city.
No, they die.
I don't know if you kill him though.
You kill him.
No, let
No,
him
because
go
the-
off and be happy.
No,
with
because I
his
think the reason you
family.
don't kill him is in Endgame. Natasha sacrifices
Herself.
herself so
Yeah.
he can go live with his family.
So at the
If
end
you
of
just kill him in Hawkeye, then that sacrifice was pointless.
At the
That's
end of
kind of
this,
true.
he's
So I
just-
think you can't really kill him off, or else you wasted
No.
that character's death too.
No, you know what's gonna happen? He goes and he spends Christmas with his family, and that's the end.
Yeah, I think he'll definitely retire at the end of this.
No, he can't spend Christmas with his family because he keeps saying he's going to do that.
What
And if he keeps
actually
saying he's going to do it, that means he's not going to do
No,
it.
he'll miss it because he'll be like beat up and captured. or whatever.
He
He'll be
has
sad about it, and they'll have to rally. and
he
all
has
that stuff.
in the first episode, he had 5 days to get back
How many
to his house.
episodes
How
are
many episodes do we have? 5. Which means in the last episode, he's not going to be home because he can't be home for Christmas. Otherwise, they wouldn't have said he was going to be home for Christmas. Which means he's probably going to be dead.
left? So we.
No, he won't be dead. He'll be late.
No, because if he's late, then there would be an episode 7, and there's not an
Again,
episode
I don't
7.
think they're gonna kill him off.
No, you just do it at the very end of the episode.
I don't think you kill him off because again you waste.
What
I
if-
think you're right about that, but also I don't think they
what if he
care.
gets there late on
But
Christmas
also
Day?
I don't think Jeremy. I don't think he hates doing this enough where he's like, "Kill me, please." I think he's more of a guy where you go, put him aside. He can show up later.
Yeah,
He can come in and coach the Young Avengers or whatever if they need him. He can go off. He can live on his farm.
he'll be the guy.
Farm Avenger.
Yeah, the farm
And
avenger.
then you send Kate Bishop off to do all the
All the new things we need the young
exciting
actor
things.
for.
Yeah, you can do all the flips.
You're
Yeah.
new here. I'm new in
You
town.
can still do your
Okay.
hips still
My
work.
number one complaint with this show: not enough trick arrows.
Zero trick arrows.
We're gonna do a Hawkeye show. and in all the movies up to this, he's used like no fun trick arrows. He's done like bombs and like heat arrows, and that's it.
Well, she
He
was
did
asking
explicitly say there are no trick arrows. Okay, but he's only ever used grapple hook and bomb.
I think they're gonna
And bomb with more smaller bombs
Why
in
did
it.
they make a whole Hawkeye show? With
Yeah, you
trick
got
arrows?
that's his whole thing. If he doesn't have trick
No,
arrows,
that's his
he's
whole
just a
thing
guy.
in the comics. In the MCU, so far, he's used 3 different
I
arrows.
think they're gonna
The grapple hook arrow is number 1. Number 2 is the regular bomb arrow. Number 3 is the arrow that he shoots, and then it shoots smaller bombs, and then those blow up. That's it. And I think a gas one at one point.
I don't think he's gonna use them like throughout the show. I think he'll probably put them all in the final episode, budgetary reasons. But like, I think you gotta pull them out. If you gotta do trick arrows. That's the fun part of Hawkeye.
No, at some point she'll be
Also,
like,
you can do more fun action sequences.
yeah, no, at one point he'll be like, so you mentioned trick arrows, and she'll be like, and she'll do like the puppy dog eyes, and then he'll be like, here you go, kid.
Yeah.
Here's a thing, and she'd be like, oh, whoa.
Yeah, it'll be fun. What do you think of Lucky the Pizza Dog, Sam?
Best character.
Is his name Lucky or is his name Pizza?
Well,
In the show so far, it's Pizza Dog, but in the comics, his name is Lucky.
No, his name's Pizza. I don't even care if that's not his that dog's name. Look at that dog.
and
Look at that
Tucker-
dog. Tell me that dog's name ain't Pizza.
Tucker told me
That's a
they
dog who
didn't-
looks like his name's Pizza.
Tucker told me that
Patrick is very upset about
Tucker
that.
told me that they didn't go out and find a one-eyed golden retriever.
Yeah, that's so ableist of them, honestly. They couldn't find how many one-eyed dogs are there in the world,
You know,
huh?
they don't-
They couldn't have cast a single one-eyed
They-
dog, huh?
They never get work.
The one-eyed dogs need jobs, too.
This is what's the problem in Hollywood.
You guys ever?
Not the rape, it's the dog abuse.
You guys ever seen that show Dogs with Jobs?
No.
Or maybe
That's a
it's-
show?
Maybe it's something else, but it's some show that delves into like animals that have jobs. Like I watched this one about the dogs who sniff for truffles and help the people find the truffles.
Patrick Pig sniff for truffles.
No, dogs.
There's one dog that sniffs for
This is
truffles.
the best part of
That's the
everything.
episode I watched.
There's one, and he's very famous because he's the only dog that does it.
And they're the dogs that pull the sleds. Like there's lots of dogs with jobs.
Yeah, that's 2 jobs.
Sam, how do you rate this in
Seeing
the
eye
Disney
dogs?
Plus Marvel Studios show list?
I mean, to be fair, only the first 2 episodes are out.
yeah.
So if we compare it to the first 2 episodes
Of
of
Loki,
each one of the
everything else.
shows, it's better than WandaVision's first 2 episodes because the first 2 episodes of WandaVision
Pretty boring.
pretty lame. It's not as good as Loki, not nearly as good as Loki, because Loki's first 2 episodes were absolute bangers. It's not as good. I'd say it's about as I'd say it's slightly below Falcon and Winter Soldier's first 2 episodes.
It's definitely better than one.
Yeah.
Loki was so good. Nothing will top Loki.
So here's how it stands so far. We got Loki at the top.
hmm
Falcon and Winter Soldier number 2. Probably Hawkeye here. WandaVision here. What If here.
WandaVision I would put higher, just not the first 2 episodes. Don't count those.
WandaVision was fun for like
I forgot.
3 or 4 episodes in the middle.
Yeah.
The beginning and end were terrible.
Kind
I
of lame,
forgot
yeah.
What happened in Falcon and the Winter? I just remember them like being pretty angsty, having couple problems.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier's biggest problem was that it didn't have a very strong through line.
Yeah, the villains were
Episode.
super weak.
They didn't really have like a plan.
Yeah.
So there wasn't like
Well, because their plan was cut out of the movie, or cut out of the show.
So it felt like they were just kind of like
Doing
wasting
nothing.
time.
Yeah.
the mask the people who were
Yeah,
like,
so
terrorists.
originally their plan
Was a virus.
was
They-
to spread a
They
virus
had to cut it all out.
because there was a real virus.
But I
That
think
would have been so good though.
Hawkeye doesn't have that problem. So far, there is a through line. It's just not moving very fast. So
And-
I think as we get on with it, I think it'll probably.
None of the
speed up
characters
better.
thus far are particularly strong. Like, he's kind of lame.
Yeah, I think the 2 leads are likable. I think they're very well cast.
But I think they need more time.
Kate Bishop is Haley Steinfeld's very well cast.
Yeah, I think they just need more time.
They just need more time.
How many episodes of Loki did
6. But that one's getting season. The rest of it.
See, Loki just kept getting better and better and better with every single
it was
episode.
so the finale of Loki
Again, it was just an absolute banger.
pants.
I think Loki's biggest strength was it had really strong writing,
Yeah.
which is what I think that's the reason Kevin Feige was like Star Wars. But this I don't know if the writing's quite there yet, and I don't think the direction. I think
Yeah.
they probably need a little bit more work.
I don't think there was anything particularly wrong with the direction. I think the characters have the problem of they're all basically stereotypes of themselves,
Yeah.
which creates a problem of authenticity when every character is just a cartoon of themselves. It's hard to get the audience to care.
I do like this one's more grounded tone. I think it's fun that we're getting this.
Because Hawkeye's whole attitude is just, oh, this sucks. I don't want to be here. And then Kate Bishop's whole attitude is like, oh, geez, oh my gosh, what's happening? I don't want to be here either. And the villains are just like, I want to friggin' punch your grandma. They're just like, they're just sort of random. Like, they don't, I mean, I know they'll get to a point where they have some sort of plan. But right now their plan is just like, we're just sort of mean. We're kind of rude.
Well, they never explained what the gang had, like, what the issue is.
Well, they wanted that watch, but we.
Yeah. I think it's cool how the villains are the Court of Owls. It was cool to see that they were able to get that from DC. I wasn't expecting them to cross over that way.
They weren't really the Court of Owls.
They're basically the
they were
same.
just some bad guys.
It's a bunch of evil rich dudes who run the town and they got a fancy watch. Yeah, they're not as prolific, but they're basically the
They
same.
were some guys in a wine cellar.
They're the same idea. It's the same idea. Okay, anyway. Yeah, it was fun. I'd say so far, first 2 episodes I'd say are like 5 out of 10. Like they're not great, but they're gonna you can tell it's gonna get better.
Yeah.
You're kind of, at this point, it's kind of like, where's this going?
I like
Yeah.
the chemistry. I like the characters. I think there's some fun places you could go with this. My only problem.
This is a series that would have benefited drastically from releasing all at once.
Or from being a movie.
Or from being a movie.
Yeah, so this was originally supposed to be a movie,
And you can tell.
and you can kind of tell, but I think I'm fine with stretching it out.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of time. The pacing so far has been very slow.
Yeah, it feels like a lighter tone Marvel Netflix.
Yeah, it feels like a Marvel Netflix show if they tried.
If they tried and not everyone was like.
And not everyone was murdery.
And murdery.
A less murdery Marvel Netflix show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In terms of like.
In terms of tone,
They
yeah.
haven't even murdered. Well, wait.
Has anyone been murdered yet?
Yes.
Well, the one dude, but
the
he
main
doesn't really
characters
count.
They haven't murdered.
Or murdered in.
The heroes haven't murdered any people.
Not yet.
Not yet.
They will.
They will. Well, the sword guy has to die because he's like any character that's a foil in the MCU dies always.
I think.
Except Agatha Harkness, that's the only one. I think
She's gotta get a spin-off.
yeah, I think every single other character that is a foil for one of the main characters has
You know
died.
what? They're not killing them in modern stuff because they got to keep them around if they need to do
Yeah.
Thunderbolts.
Well, no, because even in Black Panther they killed him off.
You remember?
No, in more recent stuff. Like they didn't kill Taskmaster in Black Widow. They didn't kill Zemo in Falcon and Winter Soldier. I think
Was Zemo? Well, yeah, but he was already still alive from
I
Avengers.
think they're trying to keep.
He wasn't really a villain in that show.
I know, but I think they're trying to keep some of these characters around.
Yeah.
So when they do Thunderbolts.
Well,
they
no,
have
but
a
again,
roster.
those villains weren't foils. Zemo wasn't a foil for anyone. He was just a bad guy.
Yeah.
It's the character. It is the villains that are specifically foils for the main character
I
to
think
die.
they'll keep
Was
swordsmen
Agatha?
around.
That's what I said. Agatha's the only one that hasn't been killed.
Wait, I forgot. Who's the main villain of
Agatha,
Agatha
arguably
is
Wanda,
technically Wanda.
Oh, yeah.
but it's a hero.
But
Can't
you
frame it in a
remember
negative light.
The, like,
She felt bad about it, so she's fine.
you remember the big flying battle thing?
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, I gotta go unlock the door for Max.
Alright.
Okay, well, we can handle this. Talking.
Alright, Patrick.
I think we can fun. I think we.
No, because the next thing on the list is a movie you haven't seen.
We can't. There's nothing after that.
So.
Hawkeye, Patrick. It's a show.
Go. And they got the one. They cast the one-eyed dog.
That's right. Not a real one-eyed dog.
I don't know that.
Well, we do know that.
How do we know that?
Behind the scenes footage of the dog had like 2.
They really should have ripped one of his eyes out. To make this
They should have
make this
ripped the
more
dog's
authentic.
eye out for
authenticity.
For authenticity.
Or you know how he loses his eye in the comics?
Yeah,
They should have thrown him into traffic. So that way he could lose one eye for the show.
That's terrible.
And why I don't work.
For an animal shelter. For Hollywood.
Hey, what are you talking about?
Patrick recommended we throw a real dog into traffic.
So that's
Why?
He can lose an eye and be more authentic.
Patrick, have you ever seen a dog lose an eye from a traffic accident?
Well, this one.
This one, we didn't see how it happened.
Well, we know though.
Yeah.
Well,
'cause
you weren't
Sit on the
here.
floor.
Where were you for the first hour and a half?
Helping grandma.
It's not a very noble thing.
Okay.
Alright, can we move on to the next thing?
Yeah, we've been talking about this for a
We'll
while.
check back in on Hawkeye.
It's Ghostbusters. Oh shoot.
Ghostbusters After Man.
So this movie was kind of. I thought it was gonna be like Ghostbusters, but it was about a bunch of dudes who just run around catching goats.
Off the bat. Before I say I'm immediately spoils the entire movie. I know he'll do it in about 4 seconds. What did you generally, without getting into extraordinarily specific things,
That is spoiled by the name of the movie.
What do you think about Ghostbusters?
So I thought.
Patrick, do you care if we spoil it?
I thought the effects on the goats were kind of weird. Like, why couldn't they just use real goats?
Yeah.
That was kind of frustrating.
They should have dug the eyes out of the goats.
Whenever you try to type
Authenticity.
Ghostbusters into iMessage, it autocorrects.
Yeah, and it didn't really have anything to do with Ghostbusters, like the original one. I don't know. Like, even the car wasn't even in the movie. It was just like a tractor that they had painted like the Ghostbusters car, and it didn't even really make any sense why they did that.
It was weird that the first hour was just an episode of Stranger Things.
That was weird too.
Like
the characters from Stranger Things were all there too.
Yeah. It just
Even the
ended.
one that died in the
They
first
played
season,
the credits of
Hey,
the
man.
show.
they had the theme song from Stranger Things.
They just like horribly pasted over the ghost.
Yeah, it was just half like a farm show and half they just played the first episode of Stranger Things.
Anyway.
What was it actually?
Okay, the movie actually was pretty good. I thought it was okay.
Overall, I thought it was fine.
Was the car?
I thought
movie?
Yes. I thought it did everything that Sony wanted it to do.
Max, you're knocking
And
the whole
that
thing
the
over.
audience would want it to do. It's very heavy on the nostalgia, almost to a fault. There's some moments in it that you may or may not cringe at regarding the third act that we'll get into, and I won't say what it is specifically, but you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. I like some of the new cast. I like Phoebe, the main character.
I thought she was the strongest of the new characters.
She's the strongest one. I thought the rest of them were pretty underwritten, specifically Finn Wolfhard's character and
Who literally didn't need to be in the
and
movie.
his love interest, who didn't have
Neither of
anything-
which needed to
had
be in the
nothing-
movie.
Nothing to do
I don't
for
think
the
they
whole
said
thing.
her name.
The love interest name?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think
Lucky,
so.
I think.
What is it with all the
Watch
characters?
subtitles to like find out what these characters' names are, because it will tell you.
What was the brother's name? I don't even remember. Probably Mitchell.
No, I can. Hang on.
He looked like a Mitchell.
Trevor.
His name was Trevor.
His name was Trevor.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you for coming on to the show.
So now we'll have actual insightful comments.
So yeah, the movie, okay, I like the whole movie, but the premise makes no sense. Why would he not have just told them, like, specifically what was happening?
Yeah, okay. So there's some pretty major plot holes we can get in with spoilers. Recommend or not recommend?
I recommend it.
It was pretty good.
I
Alright.
want more people to see this movie.
I've never seen.
Patrick hasn't seen it. Patrick, would you recommend you see it even though you haven't yourself?
Patrick,
I would
we
like to
recommend
see it.
that you see it.
I would like to see.
Should we take Patrick to go see Ghostbusters today at like 10?
No, because I have to stream at 12.
Tonight we will
Yeah.
see Ghostbusters.
Goatbusters.
Patrick's gonna go by himself after. If you're a big fan of this, you've already seen it.
Yeah.
Because you were at the theater. I saw you in your Ghostbusters shirt with your Son of the Marshmallow Man costume.
Why are you doxing specific people?
I'm sure there was more than one guy who did that.
Yeah, probably.
If you're not, I think you'll probably enjoy it just as like a fun family movie.
Family
If
picture.
you are Red Letter Media, this will be the worst.
You're
thing
gonna
you've ever
hate
seen
it.
in your entire
You're gonna
life.
hate it so much.
You will want to kill yourself.
Why will
after
they
this.
hate it?
They hate it when they do references to things. That's like their least
I
favorite
heard
thing.
the references were tasteful.
They were, but the Red Letter
I
Media
think
hates
For
references
the most part.
of all kinds.
Yeah.
Were they
They're
like?
50-year-old grumpy
Were they
curmudgeons.
Rise of Skywalker references?
Yeah.
Or were they?
This was the Rise of Skywalker. No, not Rise. This was the Force Awakens of
This was
Ghostbusters
what
movies.
Force Awakens attempted to do.
Very
but
much-
better with this one.
Very much gave me Force Awakens energy.
Yeah.
Was it fan service just for the sake of just throwing?
No, it was. I mean, every once in a while there was something like that. Okay,
Probably
the marshmallows, yes,
60
absolutely.
60% was there for either the story needed it to work that way, or
Was it like the
That's-
Mandalorian fan service, or was it like the Rise of Skywalker.
Okay, so
like,
the way
Force
fan
Awakens.
service works is there's two camps. There's half of it which is just elements of that world and that universe.
Yeah.
There being a ghost, the ghost trap and the proton pack being in the movie.
They need those things.
That's what
That is crucial to the act of busting a
You can't
ghost.
do that without them there.
That's like a Star Wars movie without a lightsaber. Like, that's the weapon they use to do their
and
job.
then there's the other side of fan service that's like quoting a line randomly that doesn't need to be there. But
Now,
it's
they
there
did do
because
that
it's remembered.
once, and it was really dumb.
They did it one time, and it was painful. It was cringy.
Painfully stupid. Like the Han Solo bit. That was
Really a
stupid.
spoiler, but one of the guys goes, "Who you got?"
Yeah, no, okay. So at one point, I'm not gonna say why. At one point, the main characters get arrested, and they're in like the county jail, the town jail, whatever.
Yeah.
And the Phoebe's like, "Don't I get a phone call?" And he goes, "Yeah. Who you gonna call?" And that's literally what he says. And then it cuts.
so bad.
It cuts too. That's the end of that scene.
Yeah.
That's awful.
So I think we'll go ahead and get into spoilers,
Spoiler time.
so we can talk about it a little bit more in detail.
Ghost hug.
First off,
Ghost hug.
Harold Ramis. That's the biggest thing.
The guy who is real life dead is also fake life
The
dead.
opening is him dying.
Yes, that's the movie starts
So
that way.
letting him die?
They don't. He's
No,
not visible.
So
in
it's
the
a
opening.
stunt double whose
He's in
face
shadow.
is
He's in
always
shadow,
veiled in shadow,
which
so you
is
don't see his
fine.
face.
If you're gonna do it, that's the way.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And
And
then
you can't show a CGI
But-
model of
and
a
then-
guy dying.
Yeah.
Who's actually
throughout
dead.
the movie, his ghost is present, which I thought was fine too.
I liked the way they did his ghost up until the end when
Up
he was
until the
literally
end.
there.
Yeah.
But like, okay, so the way they were building it up was when they got to the creepy mansion, right? Phoebe, who's the only one who likes science, the rest of her family hates science because boo, my dad ran away because of science. It's kind of stupid, but that's not
We'll
important.
get into that in a second.
But basically, so Phoebe takes an interest in what her grandfather was doing because she starts to realize, oh, he was into
She's
science.
curious. She's
I'm into
ignorant of this
science.
whole
She's
thing.
naturally curious because she's
the
into that
daughter
sort of
a
thing.
Ghostbuster?
She's the granddaughter.
Okay.
And so she finds his lab, like what is the character's name? Egon. She finds Egon's lab. I just think Harold Ramis. For all the Ghostbusters, I just think the actual names. So she finds Egon's lab, and things in the lab move, like to indicate certain things.
Yeah.
So the ghost isn't physically there, like talking to her. Instead, like the lamp will move to a certain object, or the drawer will open to get her to do a certain thing. So it's very like it makes sense. Like okay, I see how this world makes sense.
I think my favorite bits were one when she was playing chess with it.
Yeah.
Because I thought that was a fun way to introduce it.
Introduce the ghost
And
to a
also-
character that doesn't
And
believe in
also,
ghosts.
I think the whole beginning of that movie up to that point is a little bit kind of sluggish and all over the place. I think once they get to that house,
That's when the plot starts
that's
going.
when
Yeah.
it kind of kicks into gear and gets going. And then I like the bit with the lamp where he's doing the lamp and he's flashing her, showing her things. I think
Yeah.
that was fun. That was a fun way to get the audience to realize that she was learning things from him.
Yeah.
So that when she's a Mary Sue at the end, it's
And then later on, when the mom goes in there and it like points towards the picture of her, and
Yeah.
he's like, "I didn't forget about
she's
you."
been creepily collecting photos of her.
Well,
somehow.
I would assume
in
the
the middle
mom
of-
has just been sending him
Yeah,
pictures.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
It's not like creepy.
Yeah, that's
So, like,
his
How
daughter.
is he getting those?
The mom is
The mom.
sending it to him.
Sending
You
them
think
out.
he's just like breaking into their house, stealing photos, and then
Hey,
running
Mom,
back away
who
into the
you sending
woods?
all these letters to? It's not important.
Don't worry about it. Your dad, probably. I don't
I
know.
don't know. Anyway, so the big thing with him, at the very end, they do the thing that I was like, please
We knew
don't
that they were gonna do
but I
it. We knew they were
going
gonna do it. It's a Sony
Which
movie.
is put him in the movie
As a ghost.
using CGI. They don't make him talk,
Which
I
is
think
good.
good.
That was a good
because
choice.
they didn't digitally synthesize his voice.
That would have been
with the computer.
super weird.
Like
Um,
some other franchise
it
has
looks-
done.
It looks pretty good.
It does look good.
A lot of it because he's a ghost and so he's blue and like floating.
You can hide a lot of
So
the
you can
issues
hide
with the
a lot of it.
CG with
Yeah.
the sort of ghosty effects.
Yeah.
I think it would have
Um,
been better if they just did like hit.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem with it was that they showed it a lot.
They put a lot of focus on
I
it.
think
They were clearly very proud of that
Yeah,
effect
yeah,
and
yeah.
wanted to show it off.
like there's a bit where the three remaining show up.
Yeah, so at the very end, okay, spoiler. Gozer comes back. She's the villain again. They're the villain again. Gozer comes back. Gozer's like sort of deformed because plot reasons, and they're fighting Gozer. That's like the final standoff. They all got the proton packs zapping
Apparently
it.
they just made like 45.
Just a lot of them. That's the thing we'll get into it later as well.
That's a lot of unlicensed nuclear accelerators.
And the three
from the government without them
the
knowing.
three Ghostbusters that are still alive show up because that's who she called. Who are you gonna call? She called them. And
Ghostbusters.
so they all show up and they're there. And then Phoebe is holding the fourth proton pack because there's 4 Ghostbusters.
And they're struggling.
And they're struggling. And then the ghost of Egon sort
Reaches
of
over and,
reaches
like,
over and like helps her to hold the gun.
Yeah.
And then they're able to defeat her. And then everyone, this is something I did like. All the other Ghostbusters, they look over and they see his ghost and they're like, what?
Yeah.
And then
Bill Murray
looks over and he's like, oh.
He's like,
And he just looks back. He doesn't care at all. I thought that was kind of funny.
Yeah. They didn't need to be in it.
Yeah.
But the original cast, when they showed up, it was still fun to see them.
It was weird that they were there. Like they also just clearly just sort of spawned in the final battle. Like we didn't see them get there. They just appeared there.
I think what happened was they weren't in the movie in the
original
script.
cut.
The
Yeah.
only bit they were in was when they called in.
They had all this extra time.
But then I think they probably test screened it. And Sony
Everyone was like,
stepped in,
"Where's the
And Sony
Ghostbusters?
stepped in and they went, "We need to put them in the thing."
They gotta be
And so
there."
they went back and they reshot it.
But their
with them being there.
chemistry is still fun
It's
enough
still there.
that it was
That's
fun
fun.
to see them there. Like I can overlook that because they were so fun.
And Bill Murray didn't look like he wanted to kill himself, which was that's like the highest tier of acting Bill Murray is capable.
That's the most he gives you.
Bill Murray is basically Garfield.
A person.
He's Garfield the person.
And also Garfield.
Except for instead of hating Mondays, he hates life.
He hates doing things that he has to do.
He hates getting up out of bed. But anyway, so I think the strongest part of the movie is Phoebe as the core character,
Yeah.
and the whole her discovering the legacy of Egon.
Yeah.
Is the most engaging part. The part of the movie that falters is
Everything else.
is a lot of the stuff around her.
Well, really just the stuff with her brother.
Yeah, that he's just
Wholly
completely-
unnecessary to the rest of the movie.
The only thing he does is fix the car. If you could have just had,
But he doesn't even do that. Egon's ghost does that.
Yeah.
well, like yeah. He helps fix it, like finish it.
Yeah.
The only reason he is there is because I think they needed 4.
They
young
need 4
ones.
people. Okay. Podcast. Dumb character. Why is his name? I thought as a character he was fine. He would have been a great character had he not been named Podcast. That is the character's name. Guess why he's named that, Patrick?
Why?
Because he has a podcast, Patrick.
I knew a kid.
Also, it's very clear that Jason Reitman doesn't know what a podcast is.
No idea.
There was a kid in my English class last year. His name was Phone. Phone.
Okay, but that's their parents' fault.
No, but it was odd when you were on a Zoom call and you
Phone.
thought it was just someone's phone, but it was
A person named Phone.
name.
Yeah, so this kid,
Who it's his first ever acting role.
and he does a good
That's
job.
pretty
He
good.
did really good. I liked the character. I just think the naming of that character being podcast and the fact that the writers clearly had
No idea
clue what a
podcast
podcast is.
It's not hard to find
So
out.
he goes around with a headset and a big
And a
boom
big
mic,
and a tape recorder.
and a tape recorder, Patrick, and he narrates what other people are doing.
Which isn't a podcast.
That's not a podcast at all. He just goes around being like, the person drives the car. Like,
That's just
I think what they should
Yeah.
have done with him is because it's fine that he does the podcast, that's whatever. But I think what they should have done is work that into like his specific skill set should have been like the audio stuff.
yeah, he knows how to do
You
the, yeah.
should have figured out how to like find ghosts with sound or whatever, which they're gonna make more of these definitely down the line.
His only character trait in the movie was
He just is a,
he
yeah.
friend making a podcast.
I liked Phoebe and what she did as a character. I think what they probably should have done though to spread stuff out a little bit more was split some of her abilities and skills into
Among the other
characters
cast.
and give them more purpose.
Yeah.
I think they should have made Finn Wolfhard's character like the tech guy. Like maybe Phoebe can't figure out how to fix the proton pack, but Trevor can figure out real quick.
Well, no, I think it was fine that she picked.
But
she's a
if
smart-
he's the guy who's good at building,
He just needed to be good at something.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
why I
He
was
wasn't.
like,
The only thing he contributed to the group was driving,
yeah.
and in the movie,
doesn't
he
know how to
failed
drive.
his driving test twice.
So Phoebe Phoebe's like character trait is being good at everything, and then every
Well, no.
Not
Okay,
necessarily.
so she's bad with like, I know this is like a stereotype. She's like bad with social skills,
Yeah.
but it's like in an endearing way where it's not like cringy. Like they did a very good job with her character. That's why I said, because like
Yeah.
she's good. She's
likable.
good with science stuff only, and
Yeah.
she's bad at everything else.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the joke of her character. Is like she keeps telling these awful puns at the worst possible time because she doesn't really understand how jokes are supposed to
One of
work.
her good puns.
I don't remember. What was it? Why can't you trust an atom?
Why?
Because they make up everything. That was the first joke she tells in the movie.
Like she's antisocial, but not unlike.
But yeah,
Because most movies where there's kind of a butt to like every.
yeah, they're just kind of rude. She's like actively trying to be friendly. She's just really bad at it, and so
Which is a fun.
it's a more
and
endearing
that's what causes
character.
her to make a friendship with Paul Rudd, who was in this movie, and that's about all you can say about him in this.
Yeah, so he's
My
a
favorite part about his character is when he walked into that Walmart commercial.
yeah. So he's a what is the word? He's a geologist
No,
who
he's a seismologist.
same difference. He's a seismologist who's living in this like podunk town in the middle of Oklahoma
Studying earthquakes,
because there's been earthquakes going on here over and over
which we
again,
figure out later why.
which are later to be revealed that they're in this old mine shaft. Ghosts were coming out, and Egon had set up like ghost zappers to zap them back down into the hole every single day to keep the apocalypse from starting. Obviously, they break later on in the movie, and they have to stop them. That's the climax. But yeah,
Okay, another problem with this, my primary one, besides CGI dead person, Gozer should not have been the villain again. I understand why they went with Gozer.
yeah,
It was the safe pick. You can do the
it was the
Pterodogs.
episode 7 pick.
Yeah, you can do the. It was the
The episode 7 pick. Yeah.
You can do the Pterodogs. You can do.
They're trying to reboot a franchise.
Are you a
Yeah.
god? You can do all that stuff. You can do.
And that was funny
Temple,
when Gozer says, "Are you a god?" And they're like, "You guys remember this one?" Yep. Okay.
No.
Yes, we're gods.
It was funny when Ray was like, yeah, and they were like, come on, are you kidding?
We already did this.
I think they could have easily swapped that out and made it something even slightly different and new.
Maybe Gozer's evil
It- 'cause it
boss
just
or
felt-
something.
it-
Yeah.
Because when they
Gozer's
do,
evil twin Goozer.
because when they do bring out like Keymaster Gatekeeper, that's when it does feel more forced. Where they're like, there is no Mount Weasel. It's like, okay,
Yeah, we did the
I've seen
thing.
Ghostbusters.
We did
thank you.
we know the thing.
Well, the thing was like it didn't. Have
But they also had to do it
They
because
had to do it
because you know the thing.
I know that. I've seen that.
And they
movie.
got to make sure that they're showing you that we know the thing too.
Yeah.
They got to show us that they know the thing
Yeah.
before we believe them and when they say that they know the thing.
It was weird because there wasn't like just happened. Like they just
Yeah, the demon dogs just appear
They just
Yeah.
were there.
and
It's
attack
like-
Walmart.
Like in the old movie, there was setup because the ladies like saw the ghost in the stuff. Guy was like all weird.
Well, they did set it up in the demon dog attacked.
Attacks Conrad in the-
Well, it attacks. Well, it attacks Egon at the very beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
So we did know that as soon as we saw that, we were like, okay, so Gozer's the bad. Gozer's here again. Yeah.
Well, you knew Gozer was there.
And they do
Put him in the
explain.
trailer.
I feel like they do a good job of justifying Gozer's being there.
Yeah.
They did it the best they possibly could have done if Gozer was going to be that guy again.
2020 to say 2021.
And they reveal that the same guy who built the big tower in New York, all the
mines,
selenium he got was from this mine,
which is also another Gozer temple.
which is a Gozer temple.
And
Which
that, of
again, that
course,
all makes
With
sense
Evo Shandor, who they got as a J.K. Simmons cameo
for one single scene.
which is
J.K.
fine.
Simmons?
Yeah,
He didn't look.
I was like, oh wait, because he comes.
yeah,
up,
he comes back.
And they're like, oh, J.K. Simmons is.
Okay, so the
Gozer shows what happened. I'm like, okay,
have you seen the
he's
original Ghostbusters? Okay, so you know the building that the climax takes place in.
Yeah,
So the guy who made that building is in this movie, but he starts off he's just a body in a coffin. But every time the ghosts come out, he sort of comes to life a little bit, just like a little bit.
And then when Gozer comes back,
And then
fully,
when someone Gozer's come back fully, he comes back to life too. Gozer doesn't seem
And
to care,
it's
he
J.K.
just
Simmons.
rips him in half, and he dies instantly. So that was all kind of pointless.
Well, no, it was a funny bit because he was like, we can rule together, and
He's like, no, actually, I'm not going to do that. I thought the effects on Gozer were really cool. The way that she's sort of like a hollow skeleton thing, but then there's like
Yeah,
lightning
I
and stuff inside of it.
a lot
I thought that looked
I liked
really
a lot of
cool.
specifically the production and the sound design on this, I thought was like pretty.
Yeah, all the ghosts looked
Underrated.
right out of the first
the
Ghostbusters.
The ghosts
Perfect.
themselves look good. I mean, they're kind of just like slightly altered versions of Slimer.
Yeah, but that's what they all looked
That's
like in the
fine.
first one too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was Muncher was the
They
main
could
one.
Make it blobs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I like the house set. It's like decrepit. It's, like,
it looks very spooky
I like Egon's lab with all this like molds and fungus. and
because he
everything on the
collects
wall.
spores, molds, and funguses. He says that.
Mitochondria was one of the
I like how mitochondria was one of those things, even though that's not a spore, mold, or fungus, but whatever.
Because they went. What's a science word?
I don't know.
But,
I'm prepared for this report.
I got my mitochondria in the jar,
I
guys.
like the sound design when they fire up the proton pack the first time. I thought that was really
Yeah.
good. I like it when they first bring the Ecto-1 out and strip it through the grass. I thought that was well
That was
done.
really cool.
Olivia Wilde is Gozer for some reason.
I thought
Don't know
she did a
why.
good job.
I mean, she did fine.
She looked the part. I mean, it was
So I
fine.
don't know why they got kind of a famous person to do.
Oh, but it didn't. They didn't look properly enough like David Bowie.
That's true.
They needed to look just a little bit more like David Bowie.
Hey, if you're gonna resurrect Harold Ramis with CGI, resurrect David Bowie.
Yeah.
Don't actually do that.
That'd be super weird.
So, let's get into some plot holes. Number one, why did Egon not just like
Tell the other
send
Ghostbusters.
them pictures
Yeah,
in
so
the mail?
in the movie, they explain that one of the reasons the Ghostbusters broke
Dan
up.
Aykroyd gives about a 5-minute exposition.
Yeah, so remember he
to
says,
update
"Who are you gonna
what's going
call?" Phoebe calls Dan Aykroyd.
From his occult bookstore from Ghostbusters 2, which is the only acknowledgement of that film's existence in the entire
So he's running his little store. She calls him. She's like, "Hey, I'm Egon's granddaughter. Ghost stuff is happening." And he's like, "Well, I don't do ghost stuff no more because you see, he kind of broke up the Ghostbusters because he took all of our gear, ran off to Oklahoma, and never told us why."
Well, no, he says they was talking about the end of the world, but they all thought he was.
They all thought he was crazy. Which, like, why?
Yeah, 'cause
This
they
that
all just-
clearly already happened.
He's the smartest one there.
Yeah, he was also the brains of the group. That was his whole character.
Dan Aykroyd was the enthusiastic one. Bill Murray was there
The sleazy one.
to collect money and just kind of
He was the sleazy one.
and
And the one who's like everybody.
and
gets
to
a
sleep
third
with women.
mortgage.
Yeah.
And then Egon was there because science.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how all the Ghostbusters saw a bunch of ghosts and Gozer and all that stuff, but no. And
When he says the end of the world's coming,
that's
no,
true.
we already did that.
Yeah.
Can't happen
And then
twice.
they're like, he stole all of our gear and left, and we were mad at him, and we all thought he was crazy. And I'm like,
But why though?
why didn't he just show them the actual evidence?
Be like, hey, look at this temple, guys. We should probably do something about
for
that.
like 30 years.
30 years.
Why didn't he like at one point just be like, hey Dan, I know you got the weekend off.
You come
Maybe
down here.
Come down and just look at this real quick. There's a big magic cave with a big green portal at the bottom of it.
We should probably
It might be important.
figure that out a little bit.
do it.
I know you're busy with Tale of Two Kitties. I need you to get down here.
But so we can talk about the post-credits scenes. There's two. One's a fun bit with Bill Murray and Sigourney
Yeah, so Bill
Weaver.
Murray got
They're
together
doing
with
that.
Sigourney Weaver. They're a couple now.
Yeah, officially.
And you saw the first Ghostbusters, right? You know at the beginning of the movie when Bill Murray's like having the dude and the girl come in and he's like zapping them with the little thing and he's like, "What's on the card?" A square. And he keeps zapping only the guy.
Yeah.
So Sigourney Weaver's doing that test on him and zapping him, and he's like, "I really only did this just to get with girls," and then she zaps him harder because that's the funny bit.
Yeah. It was a cute little.
It was cute. It was
They
fun.
got a way to work Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
But then in the last post-credit scene
Didn't
is set up for
sort
the
of weird.
franchise.
Yeah.
What's his Winston
Er,
takes the
yeah.
Ecto back to New York. There's a fun shot of it.
Yeah. Driving into the
which is fun. He
Parks it in
takes
the old
back
firehouse, which was supposed to be a
Which is Starbucks.
Starbucks, but they just sort of forgot.
They forgot. That
Yeah.
They said that
Or maybe they
earlier.
bought it.
Annie Potts is talking to him about his business and like.
Tucker, can you give me the mic thing? It's by your foot.
And Ernie Hudson's like, I worked real hard. I built up my.
I built this
I
this
like
law
what they did
firm.
with him, which is they made him the business one.
Yeah.
I think that's
Because he didn't really have a very set role in the first one.
his role in the first one was cut out because not entirely, but in the original script he came in on like page 20,
Yeah.
and then Bill Murray signed on, and they just kind of gave half of the funny lines to
To him,
and
yeah,
just let
kind of cut him out of the movie.
Kind of cut him out. He didn't really have like a whole lot to do.
He was supposed to be like the audience surrogate
Yeah,
character,
yeah.
but he wasn't in it long enough to be the audience surrogate character. So he just sort of ended up
And
kind of in
he
this
wasn't
middle
on the same
role.
Star power of Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray.
Yeah.
To kind of make it up there, but I can tell what they're going to do going forward. These next ones.
It's Ghosts Incorporated.
It's Ghostbusters Incorporated.
Yeah.
They're doing a franchise, literally.
Like a monster thing.
Not at all.
But not.
I want to start.
Just for that idea.
one, because Ernie Hudson is the only one of them who will do a million of these forever.
Because he's the only one that doesn't have a.
Because he's unemployed.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, technically none of them are doing
it was
anything.
smart, but Bill Murray is never coming back.
No, he's not. Yeah, he's done.
He's done 4 Ghostbusters movies.
Bill Murray wants
That's
to die.
4 more than he ever wanted to do.
Yeah.
But
All of them. He doesn't want to do any of them.
this was the 4th The Ghostbusters film. It was Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 2, Ghostbusters the All Women one.
It's 2016 reboot.
Yeah,
He had a cameo. He was an author who was murdered.
Yeah. But so what they're gonna do is they're gonna franchise it, and Winston will be ahead of he'll be heading it up. He'll be running the company, which I think is fun. Fun way
to use his character.
And
Yeah.
I'm sure they will. I'm surprised they didn't do it 2 days ago and now 7 different sequels coming off of this.
Yeah.
But expect that in the coming weeks. They're gonna announce a whole universe. They're gonna
At Sony Investor Day, they'll
7 different
Yeah.
spin-off films.
all the things.
They will make one of them. It will underperform. They'll never make another one of these things again.
They'll make a Netflix show.
No, the G-
Alrighty. Next thing.
That's Ghost Man After Birth.
I was wrong.
After birth. No. Yeah, Ghostbusters. It was good. I liked it. Go see it. It had some problems, but overall.
Paul
it was
Rudd
good.
is in the movie.
Paul Rudd is there, and he is doing what he's always doing, which is
still hasn't aged.
he's still just Ryan Reynolds for people who can't afford Ryan
That's
Reynolds.
our review of Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters
He was
good.
15 when the original one came out.
Post-time skip Ghostbusters, which makes sense. It lines up with the way his character behaves. But yeah,
Okay, show over.
no.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about Spider-Man.
More?
We didn't talk. We lost it. Gotta talk about it now.
No, I don't want to do it.
No.
Just not do that.
Never mind. Okay, never mind.
Good.
Okay, anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed this episode. Patrick is going back to the Discord land.
And then I'll be back
Next
for
week.
3 weeks.
Yes.
And then he'll be back again for probably 2 episodes, and then he'll be gone again, probably 12 episodes. So look
And
forward
I'll
to
be back
that.
all summer.
Yeah.
Woo!
So look forward to that.
Yeah,
See you next
baby.
week.
That's what I've been waiting for.
I guess we're gonna probably talk about Encanto, maybe.
Maybe if we see it.
We'll see what happens.
If it comes out,
Thanks,
It's gonna
Patrick.
be a slow news week because
if it comes
Thanksgiving
out
and
on like
Christmas.
Disney
Yeah,
Plus,
Thanksgiving, nothing happens.
Yeah, but we got Spider-Man coming up. We got Matrix coming up. We got stuff. So we'll see you when that happens. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Stop recording.